Punchlines for December 11th, 2025, the 325th day of the Sex Offender Administration. The U.S. military has seized an oil tanker off of Venezuela's coast. Donald Trump told reporters Wednesday as his administration continues to escalate its military presence in the region. Trump said, "As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela. Large tanker, very large, largest one ever seized, actually." Trump is stretching the limits of our laws and norms like they're an old pair of his tighty-whities. A 47-year-old man was struck and killed by a snowplow at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, according to local officials. The incident was reported shortly after 7:30 p.m. Tuesday at a parking lot near Terminal 2, according to a spokesperson for the Metropolitan Airports Commission, which operates the airport. It's the holiday season. People are going to get plowed. An atmospheric river event that's been slamming the Pacific Northwest with rain is now focused on West Washington, where dangerous flooding could force 75,000 people to evacuate. After 2 days of rain, another 4 to 8 inches of rain is possible by Thursday in the higher elevations of western Washington state. Well, when you're this wet, 4 to 8 inches can be a welcome sight. Federal prosecutors spent over a year working to extradite a Belarusian woman accused of smuggling more than $2 million in sensitive U.S. aviation equipment into Russia as it waged, I'd call it, Kafka-esque. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for December 11th, 2025, the 325th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statements of
church
fact.
today.
Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Oh, that's right. He's right, my friend. I'm a bright guy. I don't know what will we look like over there on the brightness scale today. Scale of bright.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend. My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
That little reflection on the time. I'm too lazy, right? Fighting my OCD. Good morning, folks. It's Thursday, right? Thursday, December 11th, 2025. Yeah. Today, Elizabeth Croydon, Queen Elizabeth, will be joining us at some point in the very near future, and she'll be bringing some people with her. I think the owner of the Church of Satire, speaking of churches, there's got churches everywhere. Church of Last Resort, Church of Satire, and you know I'm just going to screw it up. The Church of the Last Satire or something. Anyway, we might talk about the screenings of Stand By Me of 40 years, 85 to 25. I don't know. I'm not good with math, that whole math thing. So that's what you can expect today. So there's a guy named David Stearns. You know him? Yeah, second baseman for them. No, president of the New York Mets. he is now more hated, at least in New York, in the New York metropolitan area, than any politician, anybody. New York Mets, the president of the New York, and Steve Cohen, this fucking guy. Oh, we're gonna spend money. No, you're not. Come out. He said, "Come out to the ballpark. I spent money. You're gonna." They did record attendance, and what did he do? Fuck you. That's what he did. He said, "Fuck you." G.D. Fenderson, who grew up being a Baltimore Oriole fan, fuck him. Stole Pete Alonso. Well, he didn't. GD didn't steal Pete Alonso from them. The Baltimore Orioles stole Pete Alonso. And stole. They gave him the money he wanted. 5-year deal, 150. Now, I know you don't fucking know about Mets. You don't know about baseball. You don't care. Listen, I'm trying not to care. But Pete Alonso, arguably the most popular player on the team this century, easily. And they promised to keep him. They spent $750 million on Juan Soto, who says he's 27, but could be 37 because you don't know. I am sorry. $155 million for Pete Alonso for 5 years, just too much. But Baltimore, shut up. Baltimore. What's Baltimore? They don't have the New York kid. So if you're keeping track, Nimmo, who's a fucking MAGA asshole anyway, they traded him. Edwin Diaz goes to the Dodgers, and Pete Alonso to the Orioles. In 3 days, they let go of the most popular people in the franchise. It's like, fuck you to the fans. You came out, you paid, you spent money at the ballpark, you fucking paid for parking and whatever, and you supported the team. Fuck you. So that's are you with me for the Mets report here? You don't care. I tell you what, if the Met fans don't say fuck you now, they're as stupid as a MAGA cult. That's all I got to say. Man, I'm too ugly. You ever notice how ugly I am? I'm sure you did. Anyway, we got a show for you. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about because, I don't know. Am I in the catbird seat? I don't know. What does that even mean, catbird seat? Just trying to bring down my light here to try to hide my ugliness. YouTube, every month, you see how I do this with the hand? It's like I'm looking, couldn't turn your head and cough. I'm just checking for hernias. YouTube, every month, they send me this list of people who are using my content without my permission, copyrights against me that I could enforce if I were just that kind of guy. But I'm not that kind of guy. Except there's one guy who seems to be, and this is, it's G.D. Fenderson. Yes, G.D. Fenderson is using my content without my permission. And get this. He's using my content called The Monster Mash, which is actually his content that he had first on this program. Somehow YouTube gave me the copyright. YouTube attributed copyright to me. So now I kind of own the copyright of G.D. Fenderson's work, where I can hold him over the barrel and say, pay me, motherfucker. Well, no. But so I could put a copyright strike on that motherfucker. Or he could give me a nickel. Anyway, we'll talk to him in a minute because he's one of these experts in churches of satires and stuff, I think. Anyway, you know what? Let's just get mellowed out with Mind Bloom. I want to bloom.
Mind Bloom is helping people achieve life-changing clinical and personal breakthroughs, alchemizing both the psychedelic medication, psychiatric care from psychiatric clinicians, coaches we call psychedelic guides, and a lot of content and meditations and programs into this really transformational experience that, because it's delivered at home, costs a lot less and is a lot more convenient for people to receive.
Sounds like you're making that shit up. It's a lot of content. I don't know. We got stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is the world's worst copyright infringer ever to infringe on copyright of mine. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD. Copyright infringer.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. Order your 2026 Mind Dog quote for the day calendar. Today's quote is, it's flu. I'm sorry. It's shit. It's flu and cold season. If you think that you're contagious, please avoid contact, especially mouth on genitals. If you think a runny nose is a nuisance, wait till you have running genitals.
That's a long quote.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a bumper sticker. Go to minddogtv.com/merch and make more investments, for the kids. Support your
I
local
think the quote should be
and enjoy the suffering. Huh?
The quote should be something more like, "Give me my money, motherfucker." That's a quote. That's short and sweet. And
Well, actually, I got that off a bumper sticker.
Wow, that's a big fuck. Must have been a big car.
It was a huge car.
Speaking of big cars, they're now selling these like portable helicopters. People are gonna get killed. I don't know, $250,000 for a one-person helicopter. You can just go, if you got the money, instead of buying a Tesla, you go and buy yourself a helicopter. This is not a good idea. We are not the Jetsons. We're going to kill people and innocent people. It's not the idiot.
I don't think that's the point of the helicopter. I don't think they expect to sell a lot of them to individuals. I think they expect to sell them to touristy places. And so they make their money by selling you or renting it, giving rides for like $500 an hour or something like that.
But it's only a one-person thing. So still,
right. So they have to give you a class. They have to give you a class. You probably have to take out insurance. But there'll be people to take it on. Yeah.
But still, people will die. I don't care how many classes you take. There will be somebody who just
You're such a negative Nancy. People's going to die anyway.
Negative Nancy.
Would you rather die alone in the back of a car because the driver
call
fell
me
asleep?
negative, but Nancy, I don't like Nancy. Nanette? How about Nanette?
What I'm saying is, would you rather die alone in the back of a car because the driver fell asleep, or die having fun because the helicopter malfunctioned?
I'm not going to get past this Nancy thing. I don't like Nancy.
Well, I said negative Nancy.
I know. The negative part I'm fine with. It's the Nancy part I have. I don't know any other names that begin with N. So,
Nincompoop?
Fuck it.
Nigga. Ninja.
Nappy. I said give me this Church of Satire. Didn't I say Church of Satire?
Well, I don't think you specifically mentioned that she had a show on Friday, though.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow night, the 12th, the 12th of December. Isn't there a song with the 12th of December in it or something? There's none.
Yeah, the 12 Days of Christmas. No.
I thought there was like some kind of oldies song that was about the 12th of December. I don't know what the hell that would be about. Like, there's nothing. The only thing, maybe in 2025, and on the 12th of December, there'll be a great comedy gig at the Church of Satire in Hanover on Broadway, right? Broadway, or is it? Yeah,
it's 106 Broadway.
106 Broadway.
Yeah, 106 Broadway.
Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, Elizabeth will be here. I think she might bring some friends, and like that. She's here now. You want to bring her in? You want to introduce her? I got it.
Right. Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth Croydon is one of the best supporters of this program. We appreciate all her work. She will be at the aforementioned Church of Satire with a bunch of other people tomorrow night, Friday, December. What's the date? 12th, 2025, 8 p.m. It's a unique. You know what? I'll bring up the URL here for the Church of Satire. Good morning, Queen Elizabeth. You put on clothes.
I did.
Yeah. What a disappointment.
I'm sorry. You said clothing was optional, and I just don't want to come out of the gate in my birthday suit in this 30-degree Washington weather.
Wow.
You have 30? Oh my God!
Yeah, it
Lucky
says
you.
on my iPhone. It says it's 30 degrees, but it feels like 20.
See,
And
that's the time of year they start doing that shit to you. Oh yeah, it feels like. I don't want to know what it feels like.
just say 20.
See, I am convinced that relative feel is something that men created. You
just
know,
say,
something like
oh yeah,
yeah, I know it's 4 inches,
relative
but it should feel
feel.
like 8. It's 4 inches, but it
That
should feel
is
like 8.
very funny,
Yeah.
GD. Hilarious.
So
Yeah, right. I felt her boob. Well, I mean, I felt her shirt with her bra,
yeah,
and then her
over the
boob.
top. Yeah. We'll call it first base.
Yeah, right. It's second base, right? Isn't first base
I
kissing?
haven't played baseball in so
I
long.
haven't played baseball in a while.
I'm more
Neither have the
of a
New York
hockey
Mets.
guy.
Right, what's going on with the New York Mets? Robert Wool has been on Facebook ranting
I know. I love
about it.
Robert. Yeah.
And he's a big. Oh, I love him. Big baseball fan. Huge baseball fan. I don't know what's going on. The mascot's been purchased or something. Is that?
No, that was a joke. But they
I don't know.
in the last 3 days, they have gotten rid of the most popular players. The people who pay tickets go out to see these 3 guys, and they got rid of all these 3 guys after promising to keep all those 3 guys. It's like the owner and the president have given the big fuck you to the fans, and they don't even care about it. Like David Stearns is less popular than Trump in New York right now.
He doesn't seem to mind that he's bulldozing everyone, which leads me to believe that he's going to bulldoze everyone. I mean,
see, I think maybe. I mean, I don't follow baseball that much, but I think maybe we're misreading it. See, baseball, New York Met baseball is steep in tradition, and I think he's trying to maintain the tradition of the New York Mets being this close to not succeeding.
Well, I think you basically want to go back to 1962, where they won less games than anybody ever had won in ever. This is what they're doing now. They're decimating the team, and it's not. I don't fucking care if they win or lose. But the fans who went out, they promised the fans. Steve Cohen, billionaire, went out and bought the team. He said, "I promise, I'm spending money. You come out and spend money." They did in droves. They had record attendance last year. They spent more money than any other franchise on like hot dogs and whatever. And then he said, "Fuck you. I'm keeping my money."
Oh, bummer. Oh, that's sad. I mean, those fans work blue-collar jobs and come in on the train for the home games and spend tons of money. That's where all their money goes. They're not collecting records, which is a great segue to show you what I got at Jack's record shop in Red Bank, New Jersey. They're spending money on baseball,
Yeah.
And that's sad because all of their heart is in it. Whole families, someone marries into a family. Oh, we're a Mets family. Their whole families identify as team fans. And, marriages are made and broken by that. So that's sad.
Mr. Slaptail says hello to you, and hi, Mind Dog and GD.
Well, hi, Mr. Slaptail. I'd like to see that. That's kinky. Does Mr. Slaptail have a safe word?
Beaver, actually.
Of course he does. Well done. Hey, ding, 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 ding.
He has a very hot wife who he calls Swan. Now, I'm just trying to picture a swan and a beaver together, because I would think that would get nasty.
It may just be emotional intimacy.
It's possible that his wife married him, and that was her cry for help.
Say that again, GD.
It's possible that his wife married her, and that was her cry for help.
Maybe all the good swans are gone. They're
swans could be fucking nasty. I'll tell you what, because there's where I grew up, there's a canal that goes out to the Atlantic Ocean there.
And where did you grow up precisely?
Precisely.
Yeah, profile yourself for us.
Precisely, he's still waiting to grow up.
Yeah, that's
all right.
What did I just say yes to? I just said yes to something. 10925. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Where's 10925? Do we know?
He's moonlighting on his own
zip
gig.
code?
He's moonlighting. He's
Yeah,
looking at a
he's
gig.
double booking. That's great.
Yes.
Well,
He's a
I was
pink.
going to do that, but out of respect for your show.
I don't.
Yeah,
no, I can't. No, I gotta undo that.
Wait,
no,
let me check my blue sky. Blue.
Oh no, I just said yes to something in
That's
Orange
great.
County. I can't do that. See, I did the wrong thing.
See, his
Orange-
attention span. You know how they say dogs go like squirrel and like that. Well, Matt is like cash or gig, and he can't.
Oh,
focus
so
on
am I.
anything.
I thought I heard
Yes.
it. Oh, tomorrow I have a gig. Tomorrow I'm at Jim Bryan's Church of Satire, and I have
Church
this
of
killer
Satire.
lineup that makes me feel really blessed to have been in this game for so long, and to have these people just decide to be on my lineup. Bob Kitson is taking his own money and putting it into a bus to come down to DC, and then he's going to road trip up to Hanover, Pennsylvania with me. But Bob Kitson's out of Brooklyn, and he ran the Brooklyn Comedy Festival for a bit. He's an animal and beast on the mic. I don't know what his pronouns are these days. It could be he, she, they, it, them, all of the above, and aliens. I have no idea, but he looks better than I do in a miniskirt because he's got those calves. But then I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for those hot, developed man calves that curve out. I love seeing a good defined leg on a man. Legs McNeil rocked his high heels. He's coming in, and then Smart Trish of Kill Tony fame. She owned Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony in her first joke.
And Tom Green, right? Tom Green too.
Tom Green was there, giggling delightedly the entire time. Yeah, and who else was there? Was it Russ Peters?
No.
It is something to behold. And then she goes and she runs a show at Burning Man every year. She's back in town. She's decided that she's going to drive in from Baltimore to do this show. And then she's probably going to skip out because boy is she in demand. Yeah. And then I like to call her Combinatrix. She's a comedian and dominates the stage. Patrice Duveau, wonderful woman. I've known many years. And then who else? Is that it? Is it one?
No, it's got to be. There's got to be 100 more people because this is what happens with comedy shows now.
This is what happens with me. No, if I get put in charge of a comedy show, it better be a workout mic because I'll have everybody on it. I'll be like, oh, I'm great, but you got to see T.D. Fenderson. You got to see Ryan Nazer. You got to see Woody Haywood Turnipseed Jr. You got to see, I'll just go on forever. And show off my friends. I love comedy. I'm a comics comic. I'm also a shaman, but don't squeeze the shaman.
No.
Well, I don't know.
I was almost squeezed on my way to see Stand By Me, FYI. These Goombas from the MAGA Mafia trans global terrorist network, they're just coming out of the woodwork completely unafraid to be violent or sexually aggressive with women in public. This is like my 4th time nearly being assaulted by this type of person for no reason at all except maybe I dared to look directly in their eyes. So it's getting upsetting. But so there I am in Red Bank, New Jersey, and I'm sitting at the bar. I stayed at this gorgeous hotel called Oyster Point Hotel. It's right on the river. You have the bridge of the train tracks on one side, and then you have this beautiful, pristine view. I had the view of the cold full moon. And then like the Willard in DC, they which does like this elaborate collaborative effort of a gingerbread house, just like done up as the Willard. They had their own gingerbread house hotel for Oyster Point, which was just great. And one of my friends is telling me he's about to log on and say hi to the show. Anyway, so I'm coming down all dressed to the 10s and 11s for this 40th anniversary of Stand By Me. And I have not seen the show or the movie in 40 years. I'm in Italian merino wool and earmuffs. The earmuffs are important. And this Goomba is trying to shove down into the aura of his buddy, his Democratic buddy, that we are blowing up drug dealers in Venezuela. And his Democratic Teamster buddy, I'm guessing they were like film industry Teamsters. I don't know. Why would they be affiliating with each other? He was like, I know that it's a fishing culture place. Like they rely on, Venezuela relies on making their living off of fishing. And he's like, oh no, we're blowing up drug dealers. And it's like an amateur politician trying to push it into people's auras. And so, I can't take it anymore. I can see that everyone at the bar is being held hostage by this guy, this dark entity, so, and I'm lit up. I'm in leather gloves with fur and crystal bows. I mean, Red Bank goes all out for their theater and their fashion. My great aunt Luella worked in a fashion store in Red Bank, which was just the hoi polloi in its day. And she went to high school with Count Basie. So I was headed to Count Basie's theater. I'm not going to disrespect my temple of cultural arts by dressing down for the occasion. The tickets were expensive. Traveling up to Red Bank, expensive. So I said, I'm so sorry. My dad worked for the DOJ, and I'm good friends with the daughter of the head of the DOJ for 40 years. And trust me, we're blowing up the fishermen. It may be easier to digest that if you call them drug dealers, but that's what we're doing. But I escaped DC, so now we're going to change the subject. And everybody at the bar is like, yay, except for this guy, right? He's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? I was like, oh, I'm on my way to the 40th anniversary of Stand By Me's screening with my friend, Mr. Dan Pasternak, moderating a panel of Corey Feldman, Will Wheaton, and Jerry O'Connell. And then these two men across the bar light up, we're going to, so now we're all emoting over Stand By Me, having our own personal reactions. And this Goomba, this is what they're doing to me in public. This has all happened in DC until recently. This Goomba goes, well, maybe I'll watch the movie. And then he comes in to grab something. Okay, I turned it into a handshake. But he's coming in with his hand to grab something. I shake his hand. I said, oh, I'm so glad you'll watch it. You'll remember what it's like to be a boy. I hope you go home and you watch it alone so you can weep. You need to cry a lot. I can see that. And he's like, yeah, maybe I do. He's still shaking my hand and he's wondering why it's been turned into a handshake and not a grope. And then he goes, I think I'd like to kiss you. Oh, I think I'm gonna. And he comes in with his giant, huge Goomba mouth, right? He's really going to plant one on my lips in front of all these people. And everyone in slow motion is just mortified. We're all, except for me, I can't show my fear, right? They're all just like, whoa, like, don't let us see this God. Ah! And I quickly turn my cheek and I say, kiss the muffs. Inappropriate contact. You may kiss my muff. You may kiss my muff. He goes, your muff. And these Goombas, they go into like some kind of meltdown when they're not in charge, or you tell them to weep and get in touch with their feelings. And so he short circuits and he's just like, you have a good night. And he leaves the bar. And then his Democratic Teamster buddy just apologized to me for several minutes, and
Did you ask him what the hell are you doing with that guy? I mean, how does any
He
self-respecting?
explained it. He explained it. He was so lovely. He kind of reminded me of Martin Sheen in looks and attitude, and he was presenting the democratic points, or it's not even democrat. He was presenting the facts very, very diplomatically to his friend, because he's got to tread lightly. I mean, the guy had a mafia pinky ring. I mean, and no one, unless you know that you can get away with it, no one grabs a dame and tries to tongue kiss them in public in the first 10 minutes of meeting them. But yeah, he apologized for his friend and said he's the lone Democrat in a sea of Republicans, and thanked me for knowing about Venezuelan fishing culture. And everyone in New Jersey, every time I leave the state, people want to know what we're doing in DC to end this. That was his next question was, is your dad really DOJ? Yes. Do you really know what's going on? Yes. Are we doing stuff about it? Yes. And I got ambushed several times in Red Bank about what we are doing in DC about the situation. And one thing is, we keep our mouths shut, unlike New Yorkers. We are New Yorkers in every way, and New Jersey people, except that we keep our mouths shut and we don't tell people what we're doing. We don't tell people off. We just grab the archives in the Department of Transportation that need to be preserved, and we quietly take them home, bury them in a backyard, leak them to the press, the right person to open their lips. Loose lips sink ships. It's written in the bathroom of the State Department. I mean, Washington, D.C. was voted the most shy out of all the cities in the country. And that's because no one needs to talk to anybody about who their father was, what we did. We're all unique freaks, and we all love our private life.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your private life, your friend Jim Bryant. Now, is Jim the owner of the Church of Satire?
Owner and creator. And one of the funniest comics I know.
Well, he's here now. Let's say hello to him. I'm saying hello to him. You guys both know him already.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You thought this was going to be evening, and so you were a little surprised.
I 100% thought we were going to be talking in the evening. I had it in my calendar for the evening, but that's fine. I moved some stuff around. It's my own fault for making assumptions,
It's my fault. It's my fault for not being type A personality producer and writing Eastern Standard Time. I take full credit.
Yeah. All right, cool. So it's Liz's fault.
Yeah, it is.
I feel a little better about things.
Now I'm just curious. I'm just curious because Jim, I've been inviting you on this show for just about 2 years since I've been here. Right? How long have I've been on the show for? About 2 years. I kept saying to Jim,
great.
Come on, promote Church of Satire. Come on, promote Church of Satire. And you've always been too busy for me when I ask. Elizabeth, last time she was on, she goes, and I mentioned this to Liz, the last time she was on, she goes, I will get Jim on. He likes me, unlike you. So he'll come on. And you just proved her point.
That's your own fault.
I invite you on for like 2 years on a regular basis, and you're always too busy. Liz goes and like, Jim, it's almost like I feel like she's a mafia boss or mafia queen. She was like, hey,
I'm organized, okay?
Yeah, Jim, it'd be really bad if something happened to your club. I think you should pay a little attention to our little friend, little GD. You should go see little GD.
No, I just wasn't busy today.
I'm just gonna act as I'm going to act as Jim's lawyer here. Who would go any place that G.D. Fenderson invited him? I would not go. Because he's a copyright thief, first of all. He's
copyright thing?
Explain that.
G.D. has never stolen a joke of mine in his life, and he admires my work. So
yes.
He has stolen my copyright or my intellectual property by using something that was a work contracted work for this program.
Stop it.
I'm stopping.
A friend of mine and I produced a clip song parody, not song parody, a song version of Monster Mash.
Ooh.
2 years ago, 2022.
Oh, I remember this. That was
And
hilarious.
every year at Halloween, I play this. I played it on this show once, and YouTube has given him the copyright to it. So when I used it again, they off their copyright strike because I am stealing my material back from him.
Mm.
And they notified him saying that I owe him like a nickel or something.
Now you can dispute it.
I hope you pay him pennies too, because soon they'll be collector items.
I hate to go here, but you know, there's talk of a $250 bill, a Trump $250 bill coming out.
Nuts.
I know. Give me the penny back and keep your bill. That's what I'm saying. I'll trade a penny for $250 bill. That's just gonna confuse the fuck out of people.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. We should get $28 bills. Or maybe even like a $27.50 bill.
Screw that. We should just go with the metric dollar.
What about a 99? What about a 99-cent bill? That'd fuck up sales all over the place.
There we go.
We should just go metric. We have
$29.99.
Yes.
Here's my $99.
I think your face should be on the 99-cent bill, Jim. You thought of it. It's genius.
Yeah, it's my idea. That's my economic stimulus plan.
I think instead of getting rid of the penny, they should just make it 9/10, because you go to buy gas, everything ends in 9/10.
9/10 of a cent.
Right. So they might as well just take that penny and just make it the 9/10 so that we can buy gas.
I mean, they can make it whatever they want, GD. None of this matters.
Yeah.
So what does matter is that people are taking over the daily operations of your club, Jim. What's up with that? Tell us about that. You breaking out? You going rogue?
I'm gonna start a church of satire in a new market. I mean, that's my plan for 2026. It's been my plan for many years, and the reality of it is that
what market?
I'm not ready
Don't
to make
disclose.
I'm not ready to make any announcements on it. I'm still I'm fishing around. I am looking to go out of the state of Pennsylvania with it. And it's just one of those things where it's you can't do, or I won't say that I'll say I can't do something like that while I'm still spending 60 hours a week assuring that the place in Hanover is still operable and everything. So I I've got trusted people around me, I interviewed them, and I picked a couple of guys that I think are going to work well together, understand the culture of the club, and are motivated to work every day, to do it. They have their own 5-year plan, which I found to be really exciting. It kind of vibes with the club's with the club's plan currently. So I'm excited for it. It gives me an opportunity. It frees up a lot of time. I've got some other projects that I'm working on, another business that I'm trying to grow. And, I'm going to do a lot of stand-up again. It's, I don't get out very often. I do a lot. I'm home base a lot, so 2026, I'm eager to make myself more available and, get out there and do the stuff that I really want to do. Not that I dislike running Church of Satire, but
you're great at it.
I want to. When I was in fifth grade, I wasn't like, oh, I want to run a comedy club and book shows and deal with bullshit. That wasn't on my list.
I can't imagine anybody ever had that.
Yeah, cleaning toilets after comedians have bombed on stage and then puked in the room or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't mind work. I like work.
Me too.
I don't mind it. Cleaning up piss and stuff like that. That don't. It doesn't bother me so much.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, don't go intentionally. Yeah, don't go to intentionally pissing on the floor at the club. Or anything like that.
Well, this has been a big bugaboo for me, a pet peeve, whatever you want to call it.
I love it.
We can come up, because I think a lot of people who are in comedy now let's just say people who've been in it less than 5 years, they are allergic to work. Everybody wants this kind of I want to get discovered attitude. We were talking about it last night with Danny Lake, who is 6 years in and playing all over the country, playing a lot of places, doing the work. But there are so many people who just I just want to get discovered. I want to go out and do 1 minute on Kill Tony, have the world discover my talent, put $10 million behind me, and make me a superstar. And it's disheartening to see that people are getting into it, not wanting. You would think they want the experience. You do it because you love the craft. So the more you work, the more you're going to love it, the more you're going to get out of it. But no, I just want that one moment to be recognized by the world and put on in the spotlight. And it's just like, man, where are people's minds at? So
well, I think everybody, I mean, so far as I can tell, and I think you're right, but everything's on this like 60-second window that, we only see the world through this like scrolling 60 seconds on our phones, whatever. So I guess that's what the newer comedians see as, the way to blast onto the scene is going to be, because they got noticed on one of these 60-second opportunities, I guess. And
let me tell you,
I only know how to do stand-up the way that I know how to do stand-up, so I mean, I had something that was I put it on YouTube, whatever, it was like a 60-second reel, and it got a lot of views and everything, and that's fun. But like the whole joke that I'm actually kind of proud of, it's actually pretty good. It's actually a really good, it's a joke that I'm proud of. The full joke, the 4-minute joke, got like 7 views or something like that. It was like some totally absurd, like 7 views. Are you kidding me?
Long time.
But the snippet gets, 25,000.
Well, it's like anything. You got to grease YouTube's wheels. You have to play by their frigging rules in order for them to show your stuff. And that's how, that's the whole trick is listening to what YouTube demands and then giving them what they want, so they like you. So now we'll show you to recommend you to people as they log on. That's all.
It's consistent, and it's all the consistency, man. Like, I don't knock. I see newer comedians. They're great at making that 60-second content. Like they're good at it, and that's not something that I don't want to do that. Like I've tried to do it. It doesn't fit. I don't feel natural. I don't see the returns. Like I'm not going to knock them for being good at something that's popular. That that's not my bag. I'll just stick with, if somebody books me to be on a show, then I'm going to do my job. And when people go home, like they're going to get however many minutes they wanted me to do, like I'm going to do my job, whatever. And that's just the only way I know how to do this, just what it is. But I'm going to do more of it this year in 2026, which is exciting. And that's something that's
super exciting. I mean, one of the reasons why I play Jim's club is because he's one of my favorite comics. The club started as a stool. Jim was just going out creating his own opportunities as a comedian, decided he wanted to network with other comedians, made an open mic, started bringing his own stool to the stores that he was bringing in, promoting, to the stores he was promoting with the comedy. And I don't like to work with people I don't find funny and I don't find to be good people. So, yay, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
but while I interrupted men successfully, I want to say, there's a real danger to being launched after just crushing it on Kill Tony. I auditioned for Last Comic Standing, and that's how I broke out on the Hollywood scene, was a 30-second clip on The Tonight Show where they listed my first and last name, and I was all Pauly Shore. I was like, I'm here to be the last comic standing. Woo! And I do the somersault, no joke, no punchline. Okay, still funny, right? Hilarious. But Boy, did I suffer after that. First of all, who's this nobody coming on our comedy scene getting TV time? Yeah, why don't you do 5 minutes? I only have 3. Well, we're giving you 5, lady. And then I can't back it up. And then a lot of comics that got cast on Last Comic Standing, where they're competing, they only had so much material. And then they run out of that material. Then the show is over. And what material do they have left to share?
Yeah.
Lots. Woo. I'm glad I have the years behind me. I'm glad.
Well, I think the 21st century, and not that the 20th century didn't have its ton of whatever contests, but this idea of American Idol and Americans Got Talent and all this stuff, they put this mentality in people's minds that this is the way to make it. Is go on be part of a contest, win a prize, and then all of a sudden you get a career at it.
Hinchcliffe's little king-making project. What can we do? What can I do to make myself really important at the Comedy Store? Oh, I know. Mitzi gives them 3 minutes to be themselves. I'll give them a minute to be funny. And then it's a success. And then so he packs himself around with important people. And then boom, he's made king. And then, of course, everybody's like, oh, this is the pathway. It was the pathway for Trish Smart. Mandela, did she win my heart when she took Tony Hinchcliffe down? Do we have that clip? I sent it to you. She walked out on stage and goes, so this is where you wind up as a woman if you don't fuck the right people.
Yeah, Trish is really great. She'd been coming around for years. It's been fun to kind of watch her just do shit her own way. I mean, I like folks who go about it their own way. They're just genuine. It doesn't always work out. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't always work out. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. Like, if Tony Hinchcliffe sent me a message right now and was like, "Hey, man, could you jump off that call you're on right now and head down and do a show in front of 30,000 people, dude?" You'd see like a puff of dust on my screen, and I'd go, and I'd go get after. I mean, the way I look at it is,
it's coverage.
You work hard at this and you get better at it, and you have to believe, and this is what I tell myself so I can fucking sleep at night and get through the day, but you believe that at some point your hard work's going to pay off and you're going to get your moment to prove it, and then you got to be ready for it when that moment comes. Like, if your moment comes, you might not even know if it's your moment coming, but like when the light's on and the mic's hot and whatever, it's your opportunity. Like, you got to be ready, and that's just, I don't know, man. Like, I'll take whatever opportunities come my way.
I will not be appearing on the Tony Hinchcliffe show unless he invites me to debate him. I'm done with Tony after he endorsed Donald Trump. But that's just me. Just me. I only watched him come up for 20 years. It's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the guy. I don't have any personal experience. But with the guy, but you got to get after opportunities, and then if you get your moment and you do it, and you get your shot, then you can do things on your own terms, right? Like, you don't have to necessarily play by everybody else's rules, whatever. I mean, you get your opportunity and you get your shot and you hit a homer. Trot around the bases.
Saying get your moment, but I think that a lot of comics overlook getting your moments. And you want one moment to become another moment, another moment. You've never
be ready for it, though. You gotta be ready for it.
Maybe I'm being like a doofy old man here, and that's my role in the world. But I feel like it has to start with, you really have to love the craft. You have to love the work. If you don't love the work, and you're just doing it because you think it's an avenue to fame or fortune, you're kidding yourself. But a lot of people, that is the motivation. They don't really love the work. I mean, especially today with this people who just think I'm just going to put out TikTok videos or YouTube shorts, and all of a sudden I'm going to get famous by this for being funny because my friends tell me they're funny. They don't love the work. They don't love the craft. They don't love the looking for the funny and creating material. They just want the adulation, and they want the you attaboys without.
I blame the really, really great comics, because they make it look so easy that other people think they can do it just as easily. And I think if the great comics, whoever you think is the great comics out there, if after a set, after the show, a PowerPoint and says, "This is the shit I had to go through to get to this point in my life. These are the open mics I had to go through. This is how many rewrites I did of this fucking joke." And then people go like, "Fuck, I don't want to do that." And then it would leave we would thin out like. I think there's like 20,000 comedians or comedian wannabes in the Maryland DMV area. I know I have personally worked with 4,000 at least because I have their pictures with me in my computer somewhere.
Is anyone else getting static on their audio, or is it just me?
Yeah, I am too.
Okay.
What is that sound I'm hearing? Somebody getting a phone call or something?
I'm not.
No. Oh, it's GD. It's your fault. That was your fault.
I just muted myself and the sound was still happening. But that's who I blame. I blame the really, really good comedians to make it look so easy that the average asshole thinks they could be a comedian as well.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for that. Sorry for making it look so easy.
Well,
I want to, if I could, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, or I'm just curious about the BYOB thing because there's one comedy club in the universe that I've ever seen be BYOB attached to the ticket information. Is that about the difficulty in getting a liquor? What's the deal with it?
Yeah, Pennsylvania is prohibitively difficult to obtain a liquor license. So I tried for 8 years to achieve some way to incorporate, and Pennsylvania, like if you were to look at, nationwide obtaining a liquor license, it'll tell you all the difficulties in all the different states and whatever. And, it's the most difficult, the most expensive. And Pennsylvania exists in its own margin outside of all of the other states. And
is it because they're Commonwealth?
Like I could go and I could make liquor myself, but it's like I don't have a passion for making liquor. I'm not trying to, what the fuck? I'm going to kill people. I can't just learn how to make liquor. So anyway, that's why it's BYOB. Now downtown Hanover really supports it because Hanover Borough, you're allowed to walk around with open container. And there's lots of breweries down there downtown. So I just kind of exist as this place where it's like, hey, come downtown, get drinks, get food, and come see a show. It limits my ability to generate income. But I think at the same time, it also limits my liability in, having a liquor license and all of the liability that comes with running a bar. So yeah, that's why. And like I said, we've been functioning like this for the whole time. So it'll stay like this. The new operators are going to do some partnerships, they're going to try, but I just don't know.
Has it ever been a problem or cause of, because I could see.
Hey, you're muted. I don't hear you.
I'm muted?
No, you're not muted.
Oh.
I'm muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you, Liz.
Has it ever caused a problem?
I can only hear you, Liz. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Really? That's weird.
That is very weird.
I'm not muted,
GD,
right?
Can you say something? Can I hear you? I don't think I can hear GD either.
No, motherfucker.
I don't hear GD.
Me. You can see me, motherfucker. No.
I just hear
that's weird.
Audio.
That is the strangest thing I've ever heard. He can't hear me or you, but he can hear Elizabeth.
I can't hear anybody.
Jim, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear everyone, but it's distorted and delayed.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear anyone. So you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll log out and hop back in. Maybe that.
All right, do that. Work. Yeah, do that. Let me take you out.
Please,
go ahead.
Come back.
Yeah, something going on with your phone or something, Elizabeth. It's that crackling, but it stopped now. Can you?
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, the crackling is coming from because
I can log out. Then I've been on your show lots of times.
If I'm muted, it goes away.
It seemed to stop now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I muted?
No,
No.
you're not muted.
Okay, that's strange.
Yeah, things are crazy. I'm sure this is very entertaining for people at home, or especially people in the car saying, "What the fuck is going on over there?" Jim's back. Can you hear me now,
Yeah,
Jim?
I can hear you guys. Yep.
Has the bring your own booze, bring your own beer, bring your own BBB, whatever your B is, has that ever caused a problem? Because I could see my friends just like just getting really we can bring our own bottle. Now I'm gonna get all fucked up and become like super heckler and cause all sorts of problems. Has it ever
Yeah,
come
I
out?
mean, I don't know that it's happened more here than it happens in other places that I've been, that have alcohol. I mean, we've had some folks, they'll show up, they got their box of wine and, they got their own plastic tumblers and, everybody's going to just get white lady rage drunk. And, we have those, but I've had that happen at plenty of other places, and also at the same time, like, if somebody's getting a little bit rowdy, we'll give them the old tap on the shoulder, and then we'll give their friends a tap on the shoulder to be like, your boy's gonna get you kicked out. Like, we kick him out, but who drove his ass here? Like, this could ruin everybody's night. And then we'll also we'll let the comedian, because like sometimes the comedian will be on stage and maybe doesn't like what's happening, so we'll intervene and say, hey, you'll cut this shit out, like you got to stop this, right? But then sometimes like the comedian will go back and restart the fire again. And it's like, listen, man, we just shut this fool up. Like, I'm not going to keep shutting this guy. Stop talking to him, for shit's sake. Like, what are you doing? Like, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So we try and find a balance. Pat, who works closely with me, like, he'll even ask the comedian, like, what's your line on heckling, so that he knows, like, how much does this comedian like to engage in this sort of banter. And if the comedian is like, it is not my thing, then we'll interject much sooner and put much more firm boundaries in place. But if the comedian is like, I kind of feed off it a little bit, then it gets a little more difficult, because then it's like sometimes people can get a little more aggressive, like we don't make any money over here. So like if I get punched in the face and like if I lose a tooth or my glasses break, like this could be like a $1,500 problem for me. So we try and just find a nice delicate balance, get as proactive as possible. And when they come in the door and they're drunk, like I'll tell them right off the bat, like, hey man, pipe down type of thing, to just try and sit as much, because it's a small room, right? I mean, I only seat 55, 60 people. So one person can ruin everybody's night,
The only problem I've ever encountered working Jim's club was someone passing out in the audience.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a medical situation, that situation. Yeah, never a dull moment. Whatever. Somebody else's problem as of January 1st.
Now, I know that Jim hasn't mentioned this, but I'm going to out him right here. Jim does have a very strict policy that I learned about by accident, because I violated it by accident. No fried onions. You cannot bring fried onions into his club. You'll get I was read the riot act, but no, I didn't know in advance that I couldn't bring my sandwich with the fried onions into his venue.
Listen.
Okay, what sandwich needs fried onions?
No, listen. So the place across the street has been there for over 100 years, and as hard as it is to stay in business, I can't gripe, right? Because the place across the street has been there since horses were transportation. And they sell the same hot dogs they've been selling for a century, and they put like half an onion chopped onto this hot dog.
Like the Happy Wiener or something, right?
Dude, it's disgusting. And people, I can watch people come across the street with their food, and I'm like, I swear to God, dude, because if you bring one of those hot dogs, this is the truth. If you bring one of those hot dogs with everything onions, if you bring one of them into the showroom, it's gonna stink like BO for a week or longer. And then I get sometimes a whole family of people will come in with these things. Fucking club stinks for 2 months when they come in with this stuff. I'm like burning sage to it's really bad. So
I almost want to fuck with you a little bit and not have a hot dog. Just make myself stink like onions and stuff.
Oh God,
the place.
Just my natural BO.
I like a little onion smell. Like onion's not a bad smell. If you to see, there's equal parts hot dog and onion on these things. It's it defies olfactory logic. It just doesn't make sense. Oh my goddess. And
so great.
Yeah, so when now I can't stop the public from coming in. They're paid patrons, you know. But damn it, if a comedian brings that shit in, you know, I'm gonna eat that
banned.
outside. Eat that out. Go outside and eat that shit. Change your clothes.
And Jim, now I
It's
don't
okay
know how long,
to shoot heroin in your eyeball, but you bring that Sammy in here, you're out.
I have known Jim since 2015 or 2016, I guess. Back when it was the Sound Room Cafe. And all this time, and Jim can say anything he wants to me. He knows I don't have I don't wear my heart on my sleeve in that regard. If you tell me the truth, just tell me the truth. Jim never mentioned this to me. I find out because I walk in with a chicken sandwich that was half onion and half chicken.
You need to write it on the wall.
And Pat comes over like he's Jimmy's bouncer or something. Says,
and he is.
He goes, hey, dude, you can't.
My old disabled bouncer. Right? My bouncer is totally disabled. Yeah, he's completely disabled. Yeah, exactly.
Up until recently, he didn't even have the teeth to do the job.
Yeah,
he just got the teeth to do the job.
He looks out for me. Yeah, I mean the onions.
He's got teeth. They fell out while he was making an announcement. The man has teeth.
Man, I have that on video.
A clip, right?
An amazing video. It's one of the
best
best
ever. Is it up on YouTube, Jim?
Probably with like 8 views. You know, this fucking guy's his teeth fall out during a public event. Like I was like, man, we're gonna get rich off this one. Nobody watched.
Some things are just done out of love. Like Stand By Me was done for $4 million. And
was it done for $4 million?
Done for $4 million. And you know what's interesting is that fuckery. I'll call it fuckery because I've been fucked. I don't know how Jerry O'Connell views it, but they didn't have the money to fly Jerry O'Connell, who plays Vern, out to the premiere because it was such a small budget, allegedly. I don't buy that. I would have flown Vern anywhere. Jerry O'Connell is great in that movie.
Yeah.
But
I had not seen that movie until about a week and a half ago. I watched it with my wife. I had not seen it.
Man, when Corey Feldman exclaims while being restrained by his best buds, "My dad stormed the beach in Normandy," everyone in the Red Bank, New Jersey theater had a catharsis. I forgot that I swelled with pride 40 years ago when I spent my $4.50 allowance on the movie. It was the catharsis that we need to hear. It's like, yeah, my dad did storm the beach in Normandy. But where are those children's Oscars? Where are those children's Oscars? I get so tired of watching kids being abused by Hollywood. I don't know if Corey and Will Wheaton and Jerry would say that they were abused, but just the fact that we don't have a category for Best Child Actor says a lot.
I thought. Now I could be completely wrong about this, but I thought Corey Feldman was one of the outspoken people talking about how they were just like taking advantage of children in very unseemly ways. And
yeah, he is. I was speaking about I don't know that they would categorize directors and what have you, claiming that little children don't act. You just have to elicit the emotion,
Yeah.
So that's madness. I mean, when I was their age, I was reading scripts, memorizing them, creating emotions. I understood the entire thing. Corey Feldman was acting a lot before he took this role. I mean, it's acting. Those kids are not on there just being themselves.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do the same. If you have to elicit an emotion from an adult and you're directing, it's still acting. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I wanted to beat up everybody. I mean, those men turned in such fine performances. They're the stars of the movie. You know, Kiefer Sutherland and the 21-year-old, 18-year-old, 16, 18-year-old delinquent gang, they're like a side story.
Right.
Those boys carried that movie, and I'm really disappointed to understand that the director got all the credit. Although, Rob Reiner is a brilliant director. I love Rob Reiner's work. He was particularly specific about his blocking, apparently, in that movie. It shows in all of the emotional motifs, like in the funerals and the brief.
Listen to you Siskel and Ebert woman.
I know. Well, I made my first movie when I was 8 years old. I'm on my 5th movie, and I'm working with Dustin Sweet, who is on your show. And yeah, I have opinions. But this is why I try to be quiet, because you get me speaking and actually being myself on stage. You're like, oh wow, she's a privileged bitch. Yes, I am. Well, yes, I am, and I'm well schooled in all subgenres. But I was brought up by close to the Capitol and the White House, so I need to speak. DC stands for diplomatic courtesy, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I appreciate your insight to that, because now I'm a little embarrassed that after Dan Pasternak wasn't on the show, I didn't go back and rewatch Stand By Me, because now that you brought up the blocking and stuff, I'm gonna have to look at it with an eye towards that.
Oh my goddess, I lost my shirt. No, I didn't, but my eyes popped out of my head during this one moment where Kiefer Sutherland is bullying Will Wheaton. Kiefer hits straight meridian. I don't know if it's the fight choreographer or what, but he hits a specific meridian on Will Wheaton. And I just was like, how specific are we going to get? Like that, you need years of training to acknowledge what he's doing there. Wow. It was an extraordinary experience. And what struck me the most in my experience watching it was that I forgot all of the humor. I forgot about Lardass, who vomits, who creates the vomitorium in the mass eating contest. I forgot about Sick My Balls. I forgot about the dog in the junkyard.
Chopper Sick Balls.
Chopper, yeah, Chopper Sick My Balls.
Chopper Sick Balls, dude.
That's great stuff, man.
Yeah, great movie.
Great stuff.
Kiefer Sutherland, like I got picked on when I was really younger. And I can remember, like, Kiefer Sutherland in that movie was so scary to me.
He was terrifying.
He was really scary. I was really afraid. And I'll be honest with you, I think I'm still kind of afraid of Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, shit. I was afraid all over again. I was afraid all over again.
In Flatliners, he's terrifying. Like, that guy is terrifying.
He's very intense.
He got that from his father, definitely.
Yeah.
His father had that quality too, where even when he was playing a good guy, he was kind of creepy.
No doubt. Could you imagine if that was your dad? Like, Kiefer Sutherland makes perfect sense when you think of Donald Sutherland is like in the house growing up.
Just the way Donald Sutherland spoke, his voice, that was just
scary. It's just unique. I mean, he's unique. But in that particular movie, in Stand By Me, bro, he was scary, man.
He's terrifying.
He is really scary.
The final confrontation is amazing, and the acting that Will Wheaton does that gives us is amazing. Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell, and Corey Sutherland are so amazing in that movie that a comedian, I forgot all of the funny parts. And when they address the abuse issues in that movie, or just not even abuse, when they address the family conflicts that the young boys are addressing, That's what I remembered the most about that movie. I remembered that John Cusack, who plays the late older brother who protected Will Wheaton's character. I remember when he defends Will Wheaton at the dinner table. I decided then and there in the movie theater that I would be the best older sister I could possibly be and protect my brother and sister from whatever I needed to protect them from. And
I love that you're getting emotional right now. I really do. I mean, I know
beautiful film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's making me a little uncomfortable, Liz. Cut it
Yeah,
out.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll pop it up. Hey,
I'm
everybody!
getting
Waka,
horny.
waka, waka!
Wow. I was getting horny there for a second. Now y'all ruined the moment.
Because of me? I'm sorry.
Y'all had to talk.
Richard Dreyfuss is the voiceover, right? In that,
yeah, Richard Dreyfuss makes a brief appearance and opens and closes the movie. Corey and the men had such wonderful things to say about him. And his last line, the movie opens with his childhood friend who put his life on the line. And incidentally, the men had an empty chair there for River Phoenix, who plays the kid that's expecting to stay in town. And as it turns out, he goes forward to become a lawyer, and he steps in front of a vigilante and gets stabbed in the neck. And the movie opens with Richard Dreyfuss, who's Will Wheaton grown up. I wish I could remember the characters. I was going to brush everything over, but I have a show tomorrow at Jim's club. But it opens with Richard Dreyfuss reading the headline and of his friend's death, and then he remembers this trip that they all took together when they were 12. And at the end of the movie, he closes it by saying, you don't make friends. You don't have friends the way you did when you were 12. And I'm happy to say I'm in touch with my entire 5th grade class.
Well, I'm not, because I was up until November 6th of last year. And then I cut all of them out of my life. And, there is a little bit of regret because you don't have relationships for 50, 60 years and then just let them go that easily. It takes a little bit of conviction, but
it takes a big fucking Nazi in the White House that's talking about criminalizing everyone. I mean, I'm sitting here going, how am I a terrorist for not wanting to run on a schedule? I mean, my anti-fascism runs deep. I'm like, oh, you want me there at 4:30 on the dot? I'm coming there at 4:35 out of principle. No, I'm kidding. I'm 15 minutes early if it's
I don't remember this line. Slaptail saying, one of my favorite insults I still use to this day, abbreviated, of course. Why don't you go home and fuck your mother some more? I don't remember that. I got to watch the movie.
Oh, you do? Oh, it's just great. Oh my goodness! All of the men involved in it. It's just incredible.
See, I'm a little.
Dan was so great about bringing them out of their shells to discuss the things. Corey and Will Wheaton had a beautiful message. They wound up having years. Oh, we lost Jim. I hope he comes back. They wound up having years of beef over a miscommunication. Will thought he was angry that Corey did something on purpose. Corey never did it on purpose. It's the first time in 40 years, I think, as Dan was saying, that the men have been together, that they're processing this experience they had when they were 12.
I don't remember now. What was Dan's relationship to this film? He didn't produce it, right? He was too young to produce it 40 years ago. Well, maybe I'm wrong about that.
Right. No. Dan Pasternak and Mills Entertainment are committed to giving movie lovers a new experience with these after screening panels where the actors actually get to discuss the film. And Dan has been friends with many of them, I think all of them, for many years. I know he's been friends with Jerry O'Connell for a long time. I just can't get over Jerry O'Connell not getting an invitation to his own premiere. I mean, Vern's the man. When they're crossing the train tracks, and everybody's on their feet except for Vern. He's on all fours, trembling. I was like, that's me. Lizzie Croydon will beat up anyone, has no problems shouting down Ted Cruz, but you put me on a high building, watch me go down on all fours.
Okay.
The problem I have with Jerry O'Connell is this: he was like the least likely little kid to grow up to be like a hottie or whatever.
It's his. Did he rub that in everyone's face? He was
But
like, "Don't tell anyone."
I have the similar experience. I was the least likely too, but I never grew into the hottie. He did.
Oh, shut up, Matt. You're handsome. You have a beautiful head. If you weren't a married man, I'd motorboat you right on that shiny forehead. You shut up. Your personality speaks for itself, and I think your mustache takes itself out for walks. It's so thick and bushy.
It does.
So
it definitely
you
does.
be quiet. But yeah, Jerry's very proud of his 4-pack, and he's very proud that he stole a woman from John Stamos, who just looks like the most gracious, beautiful, divine, feminine example of compassion possible. I also got to meet Will Wheaton's wife, and I credit Will Wheaton in Stand By Me, and then in the new Star Trek as, because my brother and I, like, I'm old Star Trek. My brother's 9 years younger than me. He's new Star Trek. So that's where our division is. I'm Captain Kirk. He's all whoever those guys are. And Will Wheaton played his favorite character on Star Trek. And my brother grew up to be the vice president of a multi-million-dollar company in Texas that helps small planes navigate. So Will Wheaton's done something correct in his Star Trek portrayal. And
the Big Bang Theory kind of celebrated him big time. Like they were dedicated to like reintroducing the world to Will Wheaton and reminding them of his Star Trek stuff and standby stuff. Celebrated by the geeks on Big Bang Theory. It was the best.
It was the best part about Big Bang Theory was Will Wheaton. South Park also makes a big deal. Will Wheaton. When Stewie talks about him, I mean, Will Wheaton is that boy, science fiction cultural icon.
Right. So Dan, because of Dan's intimate knowledge of the artist, I mean, one of the things Dan calls himself a preservationist, a comedic preservationist. I guess it extends into cinephile territory, but he's a cultural preservationist. And the discussions that he gets out of these guys, I mean, Will Wheaton is done pretending anything other than messaging that toxic masculinity needs to be resolved. And after nearly being sexually assaulted on my way to the movie theater, I was the first person to bellow yes. Wow. And he said, a lot of men need to cry. A lot of men need to cry, that he thinks a lot of these issues that we're experiencing now with the aggression of ICE, the black and white lines of political nature being drawn are because a lot of men are taught that crying is not okay. And this movie shows that it's okay to cry. And I got to tell you, there's Sam, he owns a Colombian soccer team, and his wife, and there's this other guy, Rob. We're all waiting in the opposite directions of the movie stars, because Dan always insists he's not famous. But if you know culture, you know Dan Pasternak. We're all waiting to talk to Dan and congratulate him on the mastery of how he wove the conversation. And because, I mean, the man never stops doing homework on comedy and his favorite movies. And so we're waiting there. And there's another Teamster Goomba, right? And he's just been told by Will Wheaton that there's a problem with toxic masculinity and he's got to cry, right? So I've been sent very specific directions with like a mark and stuff where to stand inside the carol, because Ethan's the producer of this tour with Mills Entertainment. Ethan and I are laughing at how specific his directions are. And as a producer, I get completely obsessively compulsive, because I know as an actor, if I don't have to think about where I need to go, I can just think about acting. So I'll be like, here's the circle with the X and the mark, and you make a right and a left and a left and a right, and then you look, So this guy's not letting us in to see Dan. And you can tell he's completely confused. Like he's holding his head like, oh, I got a headache. And then he'll come in and he'll yell at us and he'll be like, I mean, we're all dressed to the tens. And he's like, you guys have to wait here. And then they'll come and get you. Ah! And we're like, oh, I mean, Sam's got his refined wife, she's like, I've never experienced this before. I'm trying not to I'm trying not to dominate him or match his masculinity, as we all know that I can. I'm trying to be a lady about it. I'm like, oh, but you see, I was sent this photograph. And you can tell like he's on the verge of crying and he doesn't want to. And he's breathing really hard. And then I finally send a text back to Ethan and Dan, and I'm like, there's this goon being rude as fuck to your guests, poor Teamster, and then Ethan comes and rescues us, and the Teamster's now he's done something wrong, right? And he's been reliving all of these emotions, like maybe he's done something wrong and his mom's scolding him, and now he's like, he's almost hyperventilating, and I'm like, that's fine, you were just doing your job, he's like, that's right, I was rude because of the job, he's like on the brink of some kind of catharsis, all because of this movie and Will Wheaton being empathic enough to understand that there are a lot of dudes out there that haven't cried the way these men cry together in the movie and rise together. Let me tell you, like, there were some realizations I saw on the movie, like when River Phoenix at the end of the movie confronts Kiefer Sutherland and says, well, you're just going to have to kill me. And Kiefer's got the knife and River is barehanded, open-handed. And you see River either directed or intuitively sigh and resign himself to maybe bleeding out on behalf of his friends.
Wow.
So much of that, first of all, inspired me to be brave, inspired me to be the first person in front of the other kids, facing down the bully. But then having 20 years of specific elite martial art instruction, understanding exactly what River's character was resigning itself to do, it just blew me away and took me to being 12 years old, or I think however old I was in the theater and watching this stuff. And then, of course, Will rises with a gun. Will's the one that saves River. Okay, so this is Richard Dreyfuss's character. He shoots off the gun and saves River from being stabbed, and tells Kiefer Sutherland's character that he'll shoot him, and
Wow.
he's not going to shoot anyone else. He's just going to shoot Kiefer.
Just
and
you.
we all, yeah, just you.
Just you.
Yeah.
And the way he pulls up that gun right on the line, and the resolution of willing to kill someone to protect your friends is a real thing. And to show it at that age is just so visceral and moving.
Yeah, it's a great shot. You don't see kids in that shot, right? Like McTiernan uses it in Die Hard at the end, barrel gun, saving John McClane, whatever, at the end, reluctant, I'll kill you, that type of thing. You don't see little kids in those situations. Stand By Me is a good movie. I don't know why we're talking. I guess you were at that event is why.
Yeah, it was at the 40th anniversary.
I haven't seen it in a while, and it really is a good movie. Yeah, Rob Reiner's the best, man. But
about Rob Reiner, why isn't he involved? Because it seems like this is a celebration of his work. Why wouldn't he want to be involved in people celebrating what? You could argue it's not.
Well, when Rob Reiner, who's awesome and I love him, even though we disagree on certain things, like I'll never fucking vote for Biden in my life, even if he is dug up from a grave and run again. But that's cool, it's a Democratic talking point, and I'm glad that he backed him up, whatever. I can't vote for someone that's a scumbag to women, but A lot of people could hold their nose and vote for Biden, so whatever. Why are we talking politics? Because Rob Reiner is always stumping for Biden on the X, but but he's a brilliant fucking director, and I studied all of his work, and he got to talk about his work a lot. When the 25th anniversary album came out, Jerry O'Connell wasn't invited to talk about his work.
Right.
These men were not allowed to talk about their work as boys. And so the way Mr. Pasternak couches it, he wanted, because they've gone around. What about John Cusack coming in? What about Rob Reiner stepping in? What about Kiefer Sutherland stepping in? And all of these men are not against it. But these boys have not had their chance to talk about their movie. And so Dan felt it was really important to just focus on the 4 stars of the movie with an empty chair set for River.
What a tragedy that is. But
Corey feels like if he had seen River in person, that maybe we'd still have River with us today. And as a comedian that's watched many people overdose in throughout the years, it really hit home. You know, there are people who I feel like Brody Stevens. If Stephen Brody Stevens had told me he was suicidal, I would have made certain that we'd have a joy recital and he'd still be with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a burden you got to let go because maybe that's not so, but we all feel that. I definitely feel that I could have made a difference in Brody Stevens not hanging himself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And then, you know, so I come back to the hotel, and there are the 2 guys that watched me take out this mafia guy after nearly being sexually assaulted by him, and I'm greeted with applause. And these 2 guys are clearly brothers. They're married. They got big, thick rings. They keep flashing to me because I'm this dame with no wedding ring. And, you know, that spells whore if you're hanging out at a bar alone to many, many people that buy into American stereotypes, you know. And so we're all just having a ball, and they know all the lines. They know the skin. They know the give me some skin handshake that the kids do in the beginning when they make up after the first fight. They know the soundtrack. They're playing the soundtrack. You know, take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. Which the coasters yakety yak formed my American Buddhism.
Yeah.
But it was so great to see all that comedy because I forgot that. I forgot the comic aspect of it because these young boys acting were so Oscar worthy that and addressed so many personal issues of holding myself to the standards that my parents expected and falling short and feeling unloved, that it was cathartic to enjoy lard ass in the vomitorium.
I'm just looking for the site so I can let people know about where they can find out where these tour, because they're not done. They're going around the country here.
No, they're not done. And Will Wheaton wants to keep doing it. So who knows how many sites will be added. They are coming to the DC area, to Strathmore Arts Center.
I thought that's
glad
where
Jim's back, so I'll
I
be
thought
quiet.
the DC area is where you saw them. You didn't see them. Did you go? You didn't go to LA?
No. I drove out to Red Bank, New Jersey. I am making a documentary about my family and my adoption story. And as I began this podcast, I was saying my great aunt Luella is from Red Bank, New Jersey. And Red Bank, New Jersey is interesting because as I was reading, it's steeped in a lot of feminism and history. I'll get to that. But my great aunt Luella went to high school with Count Basie. The theater was the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey. I picked the hotel in Red Bank, New Jersey because my great aunt Luella was a fashionista, and she worked at one of the first fashion stores in Red Bank, which is a big feminist deal. But I had this crazy dream before I went up to film my documentary, because my grandparents my dad grew up in Eatontown. My grandfather would always take me to Long Branch Beach and Asbury Park. And so I'm up there filming a documentary. Dustin Sweet and I are collaborating on numerous projects, and he sort of shotguns this documentary as well. And we're prioritizing our version of Taming of the Shrew first. But I've been working on this, and I had this dream that my grandfather came to me, Grandpa Croydon, and he told me to go upstairs to my father's studio and look in these 2 boxes. And I said, okay. And I woke up, I did it, and I found these 2 books on New Jersey. One is on the Shrewsbury River, and the other one is on the steamboat culture. And the Shrewsbury River was critical in getting Red Bank on the map. That's how they would take these little tiny packet boats up to Washington Square in New York and sell food, etc. And the farmers' wives of Red Bank were so good at crocheting and knitting that their textiles were taken up to Washington Square Park in New York City, and these women became sort of like a beacon of communication for other women who were not allowed outside their homes. And pretty soon these Red Bank women are running favors for the other women who are not allowed to talk to anyone but their husband. And they're coming back with clothes and fashion, and they're getting messages out, like, find my brother and tell him my husband's beating me, for Christ's sake. He's in Upper Manhattan or whatever it is. And that to me was extraordinary, because I have the crochet blankets and stuff of my great Aunt Luella, and I have the knitted hats that my grandmother Doris, if you speak New Jersey, made for my Barbie dolls. And my last meeting with Mr. Pasternak, because of course Dustin Sweet and my brother and I are interested in picking Dan's brain as we venture into this much larger cinematic effort. Our meeting was held at the Ocean Resort, which was the hotel I was going to book. But then I was like, Liz, you got physical ailments. You're running a schedule. Book so you can walk to the theater. So I did the Oyster Point, fabulous. But the Ocean Resort Hotel wound up being exactly, literally, on top of my happy place when I was a child, before I became unhappy or jaded, because there are happy moments beyond that. But this is my pure happy place. And it was my happy place as an actor. They're always like training you to go to your happy place in these meditations when you take
my happy place.
Yeah, it was my happy place. And so as I'm walking to see Mr. Pasternak, I'm looking at my happy place. I was blown out of the water, and I'm verklempt this episode. Don't tell anyone I cry. Oh my God. I saw my carousel all boarded up. I guess they're gonna restore it, but I lost it. My heart just leapt out of my mouth, and I threw myself up against the window of this carousel, because it's literally the best places I've ever been. My grandfather always made me feel safe. He would be like, hold Pop's hand. And his cologne would shoot out from the sleeve of his coat, and I'd feel so safe in the wind of the ocean. And then the second book was on the steamboat era, and I learned that Pop, great Pop, was the steamboat captain between New Jersey and New York.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm going back up. It was, and then, I was able to meet with Dan because I had the filming schedule, and I was driving up north anyway to film in Eatontown and Monmouth Beach. My dad grew up behind Fort Monmouth, and it just got to be too much emotionally. I need someone else to go with me there. I wound up losing like 5 hours of time in front of my grandparents' apartment where they retired, because that's where I invented the Jackson 5 commandments.
Wow. Before we lose Jim, I just want to I want to thank you for being on the program. And if you when you are able to talk about whatever we can, this is one of these weeks where we kind of can't talk about this, but whenever you can talk about that thing, that thing,
The expansion, the great expansion.
that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty upfront about stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not a terribly coy person. I mean, I say I'm going to do stuff. You can set your watch to it. I mean, I'm going to do it. Might not work. I've tried stuff that has failed miserably. I've lost tens and thousands of dollars on failed projects. But I'll be pretty upfront about it once the next step has been clearly identified and I'm ready to take it. I'll invite the public to take it with me, man.
Yeah, cool. We do too. Church of
Now,
Satire,
I just want to say this real quick.
comedyclub.com.
Now, Jim just said he's lost like tens of thousands of dollars, and in all of that, he's never sold any of his 5 kids. He could have made money off of them. He's got 5 kids. He could have done just as well
6.
with 4.
I bought one.
Yeah, he didn't. He kept the kids. You know, he's got like 19 goats. He's not pimping them out to farmers who are for cheap sex. He's not doing that. He's got like.
I will. I mean, if somebody wants to buy, if there's a market, they don't even have to leave. A farmer, somebody who falls into that demographic, could just come to my house, judgment free, and just pay me. I'll leave one of those little booths out front, like where you trust people to pay you for eggs. I'll just be like, "Fuck my goats," and just leave like a cash box.
You know,
Well, up until that point, I didn't know that was.
I'd like to fuck. They're more impressed with a woman when they have a child. I'll come up. I'll rent one for the day.
Yeah, no, mine are getting old. Mine aren't cute anymore. Like they don't. But anyway, I appreciate GD. I mean, I've had opportunities to kind of sell out a little bit, I think, and I do appreciate the craft, and I love comedians, and I love stand up as much shitty stand up as I watch. I love everything about stand up, you know, and I'm happy that it's part of my life. It's hard to keep it as a central point in my life. My kids are growing up around comedians, and they're growing up around, you know, creatives, and they're growing up around people who look different and live different and sound different. And so it's been a great experience. It's just, I'm like kind of bored, man. It's time to move on. It's time to do something bigger and bolder and more bodacious. So
Now, okay, Jim, I'm gonna ask you this because I would have asked you this if I ever got you on my other show, Done Way Past Funny, which I couldn't get you on for the past 2 years.
I thought this was that.
But that's beside the point. That's okay. No, that's the other show, but that's okay. No, but your kids, if any of them wanted to do comedy, would you be like, yes, go for it, or would you be like, there's another way to humiliate yourself? You don't have to do it this way.
Well, I mean, I would, if my kids wanted to do something, I would probably be fully supportive in it and hope that I've raised them to be, you know, smart enough that, you know, if it's not what they want to do, if it's not what they love, if it's not what they're cut out for, that they won't just waste time doing it. They'll go find something else, you know. Not everybody's cut for this. I mean, I love being around comedy, but like, not for nothing, I also love chaos. Like, I'm not, you know.
So
like,
you love America right now. You're basically.
I am a chaos goblin. You know, when Liz was off acting and reading scripts, like I was lighting things on fire and jumping off of things, and you know, and taking barbecues, and like I was just a menace. And I don't,
so you both were trying to set the world on fire. You just had different.
Well, I just wanted to.
And now we're cahooting.
But yeah, so like, you know, I'm at that point where I'm ready to do the next thing, and you know, I'm a little bit more mature. Like I make calculated risks now, but we're gonna do some pretty crazy things here in the next, you know, 18 to 24 months. So I'm excited to let people know what's going on.
Well, I find it pretty interesting what you got going on there. And if you do ever want to expand to Long Island, I'd love to talk to you, because the Hamptons, the Hamptons needs a good comedy club.
Yeah,
right?
well, I grew up on Long Island, so like that's where I grew up. So I'm from Eastern Long Island. It is not at the top of my expansion list, but
well, we have governors on the main part of Long Island, but for the East End, right now we have Sticks and Stones, which is really done in a library, which is kind of not necessarily conducive to comedy.
I got invited. I wasn't able to do it, but a buddy of mine out on the island was doing a big show out in Riverhead at some brewery event. Yeah, something like that. And I got invited. I couldn't do it because, it's right around Valentine's Day and we're in year 20, me and my wife. So I'm going to stay close to home. But there's some stuff happening out there, I guess. I go back every couple of years and I feature over at Governor's for a weekend and see all my friends and, everybody comes out and, I do my best to be funny, whatever, and try and get more work out there. But
I wouldn't be 8 p.m. Go see Elizabeth out there at Church of Satire. The link is in the description. Church of Satire.
There she goes. She's like, peace, I'm out. Liz is great. You guys should come out. If you're in the Hanover area, she's really funny. She's bringing a lot of really funny people with her. Trish Smart's coming. She's an old friend of the club. So we'd love to have you there. It's just the one night. It's just tomorrow night. So hop online, get your tickets. We can sell out fast if it happens. It's a small
And I'm
place.
going to see if
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
I've been promoting your club for 2 years on here. Well, to talk about it, and so it's about time that you came here and spoke for yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, you're doing a good job of making me feel welcome, GD. I gotta
really. I'm going to do my best to get Frank Vignola, who's also at the Church of Satire on the 27th. Today is Frank's birthday. Happy birthday, Frank! Come on the show and promote your show at the Church of
I can hear. Yeah.
Satire.
Can you hear all of us though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not hearing. I'm only hearing you.
That's fine.
But that's probably
okay. He runs on. He's just not worth listening.
Yeah, it's probably on my end. I got to go, but I do appreciate you guys having me on. All joking aside, GD, it's good having you a friend of the club. Don't be, obviously you come around, so you're always welcome. And if you ever make it out from Long Island, by all means, come check me out. But, give me a follow or whatever. And when I'm on Long Island, we should hook up. Maybe we can do something together, get something going out there. So, all right, listen, I gotta bail, guys. My dogs are going crazy upstairs. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
All right, right
on. Jim Bryan from Church of Satire Comedy Club. Let's just I want to watch a clip here from this is the show that Elizabeth was at Red Bank, New Jersey for the 40 Stand By Me at 40. Let's just I got to hit the start button over there. See, too many buttons to push. Come on.
Yeah. It's so fucking fast.
He's wearing it. That's the same shirt he was wearing 40 years. Did he keep the shirt? That's what I'm.
He hadn't grown at all. No.
Wow. Oh, come on. I got to try to stop this. Anyway. It looks like he kept the shirt. You think that's the original shirt?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, but would it still fit? Like a shirt that you wore when you were 12, would it still fit you? I don't know.
I don't know if he were like my wife and I were just talking about this in a way because when I was 19. Now I know I can't fit the clothes that I wore when I was 19, but I was 19 or 20. I bought my first overcoat. I bought my first London fog coat. Because when I was growing up, London fog was like the standard for raincoats. Trench coats. London fog was the standard. So I bought my first London fog coat when I was 19 or 20 years old. I am now 66. I still have that coat in my closet, and I can put it on. I can still put it on now. If I don't, and it looks like it fits. If I don't do this, or if I just wear it, I just still look like a guy who's wearing a very nice London fog trench coat.
I don't know. There's not a piece of clothing from before I would say 22 or something that would ever fit me at this point. Just I don't know. So
Well, when I was when I was 20, because that's when I started having my clothes made and stuff.
Wow.
I had a 44-inch chest then, and I think I have a 44-inch chest now. I just also have a 44-inch belly. And back then, I had a 44-inch chest and like a maybe a 29-inch belly or something, But now it's like I'm pretty much a keg. I got like a 40-inch chest, a 40-inch stomach, and a 40-inch ass.
Wow. I got a 40-inch cock, and I want. That's just a stupid thing to say. I want to smack myself. That's fine. That's toxic masculinity, isn't it? Bragging about your 40-inch cock. It's
I
not
don't think
something
that's
I like.
called toxic masculinity as much as it's called straight up delusional.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say illusions of grandeur. Elizabeth sent me 2 clips now. She sent me one of this Trish Smart person who I don't really know.
I have not seen her for years. I've been friends with her for years. But
how could that be possible? She looks like she just turned 21, right? Or
I don't even. I was trying to think when was the first time I saw her or worked with her on stage, and I know I worked with her because I had pictures of us together. Now, again, I deleted almost all the pictures I had because I needed the room in my computer. Because I deleted like over 10,000 photographs of like myself with 4,000 comedians I've worked with.
So I thought she was going to be on the program today. So if you know her, you got it. And I will.
Couldn't get Jim
here's
on
the deal.
here.
Wait, here's the deal. And now I owe you 2 nickels. If you get her on here, I will release you from this copyright infringement that you've done to me.
Fuck that. I will try to get her on the show, but to be honest, like I said, I know Jim. I've worked with Jim since 2015. He was there for my first special. Jim and I, when Jim first had opened up the club and he couldn't get an open mic, Jim and I, I'm sorry, was that? There was a time when Jim was trying to run an open mic there. And
I think I understand
what comedians for like months.
I know why he's not accepted your offer though, because of the onions. So
if he doesn't tell me about the onions, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I find out. I
don't know. I'm not like making an excuse for him. I'm just saying that's why he is.
And I'm not the only one I'm sure I'm not the only comedian who's brought onions back there. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a rule. You don't have a rule for something until somebody does something that goes, oh, we got to have a rule against that.
Right.
So I'm not the first.
All right. But this first clip that I want to play of Trish Smart. That's a cool name, like Maxwell Smart's daughter. That's a real name, Trish Smart. I mean, I like it, but anyway, it's 11 seconds long and it's got no premise to it. It's just I'll show it to you. But 11 seconds. Here.
What? Did I think you were the one? I thought you looked like someone that might run out of breath on top of me, if that's what you're asking.
That's it. That's the clip. Now, I could see Blind Mike having a lot of fun with that. Like, I feel like she didn't do enough to set up the premise there. So that's, I mean, do I feel like you're the one? Like a guy in the audience saying...
A guy in the audience probably thought that she was hitting on him or something, or I don't know.
She is pretty hot, don't you think? Or you don't want to say because your wife's listening?
I just never, to be honest, I never thought of her like that. No. I'm not saying she's not attractive. I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
I just...
No, yeah, she's very attractive. And I would like to get her on the program if we could. I know, and I don't assume just because Jim gave you the whatever,
I will
that she's going to give you the
Trish
whatever.
Smart, and see if she even remembers me. I mean, not everybody remembers me.
Oh, come on. You're very memorable. You're very memorable. No. Now, I want to bring up something with you because you haven't mentioned it here. I did this just thinking that you would say, oh, but you didn't say, oh, yeah. You know what I'm referring to?
No. Oh, I saw that just first
thing
this
you said,
morning.
oh. That's all I wanted to say, oh.
I noticed it right away. And the first thing I was doing is I was going to screen capture it and send it to John Palumbo and say, I converted him.
Yes. So
But
for
I didn't.
people
But I
who
know
are,
that's not a
especially for
convert.
people on the radio,
I know
what
that's
the
not a
O is
conversion.
about. Yeah,
It's laundry.
the O is about. I'm modeling. I'm modeling, right? This is modeling.
Yes, you.
Uh,
Or your
I am modeling
laundry.
a Crack the Sky T-shirt brought to you by John Palumbo's. Put the Crack the Sky in the Hall of Fame. Not necessarily the Rock and Hall of Fame. It could be the Mind Dog Hall of Fame, right? Do we have a Hall of Fame? Oh, look at you! You didn't even bother wearing it, though.
I
You're
haven't
going
worn
to
it
leave
yet.
it.
I haven't worn it yet. No.
Yeah, this is the first time I've worn it. And I got to tell you, it's pretty good material. This is
It
not like
is.
this is not like just a cheap. Oh, you got a shirt with shit printed on it. This is good
No,
fabric.
it's a good quality shirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch Stand By Me today because all of those lines that she was bringing up, I don't remember them.
Jim, did you get a hat? Did you get a hat?
No, I didn't get a fucking
You
hat.
didn't, what?
Now
You didn't get a Crack the Sky hat?
No.
Oh.
Now I feel slighted. Why did you have to show me that? I mean, I need a hat more than you need a hat.
Somebody's got some fucking clout.
Because you are the whatever you are, the ambassador. You are the ambassador of Crack the Sky, the world ambassador for Crack. That's why you got the hat. But still,
no, actually, that's not why I got the hat. I got the hat because my wife bought it.
Yeah.
They didn't give me that. I got it for free, but I got it for free because my wife paid for it and gave it to me.
Now I want to watch this Crack the Sky and see if I end up crying. You think I'll end up crying? You know I'm a big crybaby. You know that, right?
You want to watch Crack the Sky and see if you cry?
I mean, Stand By Me. I'm gonna end up crying right over these lines.
It's weird. I just, like I said, I had not watched Crack the Sky. I had not watched Stand By Me. And my wife and I watched it like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. And even still, the very things they're talking about, I'm like, I don't remember that scene. I don't remember the dog scene. So I'm wondering if I was staying in the room for the whole thing. I don't know.
Now, the Kiefer thing, I kind of remember because I grew up with a older brother who was he was a bully. And the Kiefer thing kind of brought me back to that moment. Somehow Kiefer Sutherland broke out of that bad guy Big Brother mold to go into 24 where he became like a good guy. Well, that's not like a common thing where people go. You can see people going from the good guy, they want to be the bad guy. That happens occasionally, but rarely see a guy who's like been cast as this bad guy over and over again now all of a sudden becoming a good guy, right? That doesn't happen much.
Just in reference to me saying that Trish may not remember me, Elizabeth wrote that I am unforgettable.
Unforgettable.
As are a lot of nightmares.
Could you sing
a lot of people remember their childhood nightmares. So yeah, I guess in that regard, I am some people unforgettable. Now, last night, my wife and I were walking out of a venue. It was trivia night. Last night was trivia night. And on the way out, there's a couple at a table, and she goes, "You're J.D. Fenderson?" Okay, I knew what she meant, and I went, "Yes, I am." And and she goes on about something, and she said, and I really can't hear what she's saying, and I just went, "Thank you," and I waved, and I walked out, and I said to my wife, I said, I have no idea what she said to me, and she goes, "She remembers you from such and such and such and such," and I was like, "Oh, okay, oh, all right, yeah." And my wife goes, "I didn't know you did that." So I said, "I've done a lot of things I can't remember, honey. I'm sorry."
Just because somebody says they remember me from such and such doesn't mean I actually ever did that. I've got lots of that. Like, and I know there are people. It's not like I'm forgetting I did something. There's a lot of people that, I have. I'm not going to say a lot of people look like me. There are lots of people who think people look, or people confuse me for somebody else, which, I've been confused for Bruce Willis, which I don't look anything like Bruce Willis and never did.
I do think you look a little like Demi Moore, though. No, I'm just.
I got to say, no, I do look exactly like Bruce Willis from here up. and especially this line right here. I think he's got that line. So
Well,
maybe
it also depends on how much James Coburn has had to drink. Hey, Bruce, take a picture with this guy, will you?
yeah. So but people are always saying, "Yeah, I remember you from." No, you don't. That wasn't me. Even my ex brother, he tells a story about when I beat the hell out of somebody. It never happened. It just never happened.
Now
people have false memories of me.
I'm expecting a call from a guy who runs a venue to work on a schedule for me to perform a show there, and I may be at the eye doctor when they call, so I may not be able to answer my phone, but I don't want to miss the call. So I'm gonna tell the eye doctor if I'm in that thing and I can't talk to answer my phone for me and just say, "Hi, this is GD's receptionist," and talk.
Give him my number, and I'll be Max Napstein, your Jewish manager. And
you don't know how close. If it weren't a lie, I would have done it a long time ago when you offered to do it the first time.
Yeah,
people feel
intimidated.
I do need an agent. So because there's some jobs that they won't talk to me unless I have an agent, like the cruise ship, where the cruise director wanted me on the ship, but he wants to talk to my agent. I don't have an agent.
Max Napstein's your guy. Listen, this is my anti-Semitic pitch here. Book it if they think I'm Jewish, and I do sound like a New York Jew. If they think I'm Jewish, they're more likely to pay more because they just feel intimidated on the negotiating. This is true. I mean, I know it sounds anti-Semitic, and it is anti-Semitic. If it sounds like a duck, it's a duck. But I found that whenever I negotiated as Max Napstein, it was easier. It was just easier to get the dollar amount. It's like,
but also it's easier because I don't know if you have this problem. I really have a problem with negotiating money. GD Fenderson and Glenn Fenderson, both of them have trouble negotiating money.
That's exactly, I do too, and that's exactly why I invented this Max Napstein guy, because somehow in my mind, if I could adopt that persona, it wasn't me, and I didn't have to worry about the guilt, whatever fucking thing goes on in my head with this money thing, where I feel like I undercut myself and all this stuff. I could just fucking throw out a price at him with confidence as Max Napstein. Oh, you ready to give me that? I never thought I would get that. Whoa,
and that's I don't know. Maybe I can hire the Reverend to do it because I think he's got way more balls than I have in some regards. It's like, let me tell you something. You want to hire GD Fenderson? Goddamn it, you're gonna have to hire GD Fenderson.
The Reverend would get for you. He would say, "Well, he needs to make 2025."
Can't wait till 2026.
He's on the new $20-25 bill. So that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of today. Well, I have painting I have to teach myself today, but in the meantime, I'm probably going to be watching Stand By Me and crying a little bit. Crying a little.
Well, don't expect to cry. I don't expect not to cry. Just enjoy the movie, whatever it's worth. Like I said, to be honest, like I said, my wife and I watched it a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, watched Stand By Me, and I still don't remember 3/4 of the movie. The thing that she was just talking about, I don't remember. The things that Liz was talking about, I don't remember that stuff, most of it. So,
yeah,
I think that there was a lot of projection onto that movie, from, the childhood angst, the childhood, camaraderie, stuff like that. Because my childhood I wasn't in a small town. I was in Baltimore, and we didn't have to go find a dead body. We knew who put it there,
Yeah. I'm the Dreyfus thing, because I in the back of my mind, I knew Dreyfus was the narrator of this thing, but I was thinking he was Jerry O'Connell grown up, talking. She said he's Will Wheaton's character grown up. I didn't think that, but I was thinking about Dreyfus, and because he got an Oscar, I think his first film was American Graffiti, which he was very good in. But I think the next film after that might have been Apprenticeship of Duty Kravitz. He got an Oscar for that, like right off the bat. But I was thinking, what movies do I really know Richard Dreyfuss from? I could think
Jaws.
of Mr. Holland's Opus.
Jaws.
What else?
Yeah.
Close Encounters, right? Close Encounters
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Third Kind. But for a guy who's like a Hollywood icon, like and any other of these guys from his generation, I could probably name 30 movies off the bat. I'm done. I don't have another Richard Dreyfuss. Like, why is he? And I'm not saying he's not a great talent.
He won he won Best Actor for The Goodbye Girl in 1977.
Ah. Oh yeah.
And he got nominated for Mr. Holland's Opus in 95.
That's when wow, that's much later. Mr. Holland's Opus, I remember. I forgot the Goodbye Girl. He was the main character and main male character in that. He didn't get one even before that though. I thought he had one before that.
I just typed in his Oscars, so
because I remember him talking about being way too soon.
It could have been Goodbye. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor's portrayal of Elliot Garfield in 1970 romantic comedy The Goodbye Girl, and was Oscar nominated. So those are the only two things. They said that and his nomination in 96. I think if there was something before that, they would mention it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just from 3 different sources that I just skimmed through.
Goodbye Girl. Yeah, so that's not too soon. I specifically remember him talking about how when they called his name, he was in his mind, he was saying too soon, too soon. That's not too soon. That's 5 years after American Graffiti came out, and he had done several movies. But again, I can't remember.
But he may be saying too soon as in, because if you, like, either he thought he had more talent to develop, or he thought, that it was like a jinx. Like, once you get this, people expect that, and then you go, Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that if I had, national recognition, if I had won an award other than the worst comedy special of all time, if I had won best comedy special of all time that same year, I would have thought it was too soon. And I actually would have thought, but I'm not really worthy. It's what, there's too many flaws in this. There's, but.
He won his Oscar at 30, making him the youngest Best Actor winner at the time. Now, I think, I can't, the award thing, I don't keep up with that. But it seems like 30 would be old now, right? 30, your career is almost over in these days. I don't know. What am I talking about? I'm just talking.
Depends if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is definitely true. Anyway, Richard Dreyfuss, though, I got to watch the movie because I was under the impression that he was Jerry O'Connell's character grown up. Turns out he was Will Wheaton's character, and Will Wheaton, for some reason in that movie, I can't even picture him in that movie. I can picture him in Star Trek, the next whatever it was. But I got to watch the movie. That's the bottom line. Do we know who we have tomorrow? We don't even know who we have.
I don't, but I don't look that far ahead.
Wow, tomorrow's all that far ahead. Well, I can tell you what's going on tomorrow. Elizabeth Croydon has a show at the Church of Satire with lots of people. And this is
said for the people on the radio, Slaptail just made a note to Matt. He's the main character, Matt, for F's sake.
See, I thought Jerry O'Connell was the main character. See, this is how I need to watch the movie. Wait, that's what I'm looking at past shows. What the hell am I looking at past shows for? I'm lost.
Reminiscing.
I am lost. Tomorrow's December 10th, right? No, tomorrow, that was yesterday.
December 12th.
Friday. Robert Gaines is on tomorrow, unless he's not, because I just got a text message or some kind of people are doing this to me again. I hate to cancel for tomorrow. Oh, come on, that's not cool. The tomorrow thing. He's the main character, Matt. For F's sake, listen, Slaptail, let me know when your painting gets there today. It has to get there today. And also, somebody from the Slaptail squad invited me to collaborate on the podcast that was released this week on Instagram, and I haven't. I'm a boomer. I don't know I don't know how to accept. I don't know how to
hit accept. I think you just hit accept, and then you can just share.
I didn't see any accept on there. I would have hit just if they would have given me an accept button. I didn't get any accept. I feel so stupid. I know I look stupid. It smells stupid.
Just don't bring fried onions into the place.
Yeah. All right.
So it's funny. There was a year again. This is years ago. Jim did this one routine that was actually, to be honest, it's probably the best routine I've ever. Still to this day, I think it's the best routine I've ever seen Jim do. But he, because of the venue we were at, Soundroom Cafe, now the Church of the Church of Satire.
Oh, you almost said Church of Last Satire.
Yeah, I did. But that happens a lot when I'm typing in my phone. As soon as I said Church of, it goes satire. It's like, no, Last Resort. No,
because you're eclectic. Your phone is eclectic.
Yeah, but Jim had a bit where they had a slide projector. They have a slide projector in the ceiling, and so Jim had the remote, and he was doing like a slide presentation as part of his comedy. You know, so he had he showed a slide, and he'd do like a little comedic thing with it, and it was something he had worked on for a long time. And he goes, "I'm going to try this, to see if it actually works," and it worked. I thought it was, really, really. Like I said, to this day, I think it was probably the best thing he's done. But he really worked on it for like a couple of years before he presented it to the audience like that. And I was going to mention it to him, but he made, I don't know, we didn't get a chance to.
John Cusack's name came up, and I don't remember now if Slaptail gives me some shit about this being the main character. I don't remember John Cusack. I didn't even remember knowing about John Cusack until like what was She's the One or something like that, some movie from the 80s. He was all grown up in that. John Cusack, do you remember him from that movie? No.
No. And when she said it, I was thinking, was he in it? Or, was it John Cusack? What was it? Stand By Me?
What a long career John Cusack is. I'm looking on his IMDb page now. Doesn't say anything. Oh yeah, Stand By Me.
Oh yeah, I see him right there. Yep, I see his
Denny
face.
LaChance. Wow. Okay, that's Will Wheaton. Wow. I see. He didn't look like anything like what he did when he grew up. There you go. That's why I don't remember. Stephen King wrote that. I forgot about Stephen King.
That's the other thing. I keep forgetting that Stephen King wrote it.
Stephen Wright King did. All right. He played the dead older brother. Oh, the dead older brother. Wow. Okay. You want to wrap this up, don't you? You want to wrap this up, don't you? Don't you?
I can tell if you want to.
I don't really want to do anything. I don't know what I'm not, because Paint Party, Rosalind Feinfeld, 2020. No, I don't want to do it. I said I can't do it.
Now, Elizabeth, no. I'm going to share this because I was not doubting Liz. Okay, she sent me a text. Says, "How dare you doubt me?" I wasn't doubting. I don't remember a lot of the movie. It's what I'm saying. I don't remember a lot of the movie. I don't remember the scene about the dog. I don't remember it. And I just saw the movie like a few weeks ago, I think. So I'm not doubting you. I'm saying I don't remember things. There's a difference between that and doubting.
Oh, what did I say?
No, Elizabeth is still listening, and she sent me a text. It's, "How dare you doubt me?" It's like, I didn't remember, I'm not doubting. Sometimes I don't remember stuff.
Ouch. What was that popping?
She's back. She's back.
She's back to yell at you?
Yes, she's back to yell at me.
Oh, wait. What happened?
I'll stop touching it. We were both trying to get her in the room.
I'll wrap things up. I love you guys. You guys are great.
I hate me. But go ahead.
Well, you're gonna have to learn to love yourself because we want you around a long time, Matt.
That's
so
what I've been told.
I only want him around because he knows all the passwords to make the show run.
I'm going to assign you rock star therapy. You got to go. You got to look in the mirror. You got to feel yourself deep down in the DNA of your balls. And you got to ask yourself out loud, who is the rock star? And no matter how ridiculous you feel, you got to answer yourself out loud, I am the rock star. And you try and send that energy up your spine until it comes out your crown like the king that you are.
I'm sorry, Liz. There's someone in the audience, Slaptail. I think he wants you on his podcast so that you can talk to someone who actually knows about the movie.
Oh, I'd love to be on Slaptail's
I will connect you guys.
Thank you so much, GD.
I will, because apparently
I wanted him to drive all the way to Hanover, New Jersey tomorrow night to ask her in person. That's what I wanted.
GD, thank you for connecting me with Matthew. Thank you for connecting me with so many great people. And thank you for who you are. You are one of the funniest mofos I know. And I deeply respect you.
Hello, Blind Mike.
Thank you for saying that.
Did you hear that?
Which glasses did you like best, guys?
I don't think I'm.
Look, I'm Aretha Franklin.
I was just trying to say thank you for that compliment.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
I have watched you for, like I said, the very first time I saw you in an open mic at Guido's.
Anybody want to smoke some trees?
The place that I had to take a tool set with me so I could fix tables so that we'd all have a table to sit at because half the tables were missing screws.
I love dives. I love dive workouts.
I would fix chairs. I think that was the reason why Ryan Nazer put up with me, because I was fixing the tables and chairs that kept falling apart.
Hey man, the Comedy Store would have given you a job as a doorman.
So I think that's the reason why Ryan Nazer even put up with me. But when I first saw you at Guido's, I saw what you were doing, and first of all, I had no idea who you were. Like other people,
I don't like to tell people.
Yeah, I'm saying other people that knew Elizabeth Croydon. I was so new to the area. I was just saying.
I'm like Dan Pasternak. He denies he's famous.
I was thinking that's how I want my comedy to look when it's done. That's how I want it to look. That's, because she was smart, she was funny, she was political and apolitical, and she tied things together in a nice little bow. And
I have no idea what I said.
and she was to the point. She had Liz had like a rapid fire, more like a machine gun, and my thing is more like a musket. Even though I try to do the same thing, I think my humor is more like packing a musket and then firing and then packing a musket. And Liz was more like
the coolest thing about comedy is so many people have so many different styles. I used to love just walking room to room at the Comedy Store, from the OR to the belly room to the main room, and I would just listen to the changes in the cadence of the comedian on stage. And one night while I was doing this, I would make the rounds deliberately just to listen to the patter. I was like, my God, it's like the talking version of jazz comedy. It was John Camparillo who was ranting on stage. I love his patter. I don't know what you guys think, but geez Louise, he's got this great rhythm. And I was like, oh my God, we're all jazz artists with words and punchlines. Wow. That's all. It's just bebop.
You see this picture that you...
Oh my God!
Tell me...
I have clairvoyant dreams, okay? I dream about people, places, things. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a stranger. Sometimes it's a celebrity. Sometimes it's a good friend. But I had a dream about that bathing suit when I was in high school, and I remember telling my shrink, good God, I was totally disturbed by the dream. And I was like, it's this Jersey guy, but that's my great Aunt Luella. That's on Shrewsbury River. That's my great Aunt Luella and my great Uncle Jack. As you can see, she is a fashionista. They're both Red Bank residents. He's a proud Irishman. He loved that his lady was taller than him.
I was about to say
Wow.
I was about to ask you, was actual height or is that heels?
Oh, that's her actual height. She's a very tall woman, very imposing, and I blame her for starting me off on my comedy career in the crib. She taught me how to say "buzz off." Oh, these are the albums I got at Jack's Music Shop.
Nilsson,
In
this
Red
is
Bank.
Harry Nilsson. I wasn't even familiar with this. You know, Harry Nilsson was responsible for ending my radio career.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you
Okay,
shoot
Matt was
heroin with him?
responsible for ending it. Is this when you just got on the air and said "fuck off" or something?
Well, yeah, Harry had a song, "You're Breaking My Heart, You're Tearing It Apart, So Fuck You," and I prodded him into singing this song, and he didn't like leave the F bomb out of it. He didn't like, so F you. He said, what do you want me to say? Fuck on the radio? And then he kept going, and yeah, so. But
nobody does Christmas like Red Bank, New Jersey. All the shop windows and stuff. I love New Jersey. I really do. I when I was in New Jersey, I realized that it was New Jersey traffic that made me as competitive as I am. Oh, these ladies are great. This is Kristen and Kiri. Kiri is a team coach. Kristen orders the peanut butter from Delicious Orchards into Manhattan. We had a great time. The guys applauded me for chasing out the MAGA guy. And these ladies were coming out of a Christmas party, and we all just threw down like it was our last opportunity and enjoy. I'm mostly sober these days. This is Ethan from Mills Entertainment. Ethan is a divine producer. I would love to work with him. It was so precise. He has so much joy and gentility, and yet you know that you're dealing with a bear.
Well, he needs to give Rachel Maddow her glasses back because that's not right. Now this is Trish.
Yeah, Trish Smart.
This is a short clip. I played it before, but it's only like 11 seconds. Oh, we don't even have sound here, but I have it loaded up. Anyway, it's only 11 seconds long.
I thought you look like someone that might run out of breath.
Yeah.
On top of me.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
she's great.
Now, I was saying to DD, she's a very gorgeous woman. I know, love him to get her on this program if he could. He says he knows that he's worked with her in the past.
Sure, I'll ask her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. There you go. Right. You ask her, because if I ask her, she'll just say no, like Jim did for 2 fucking years.
Well, you get to do the news titles to this show.
Yeah.
I book it. What can I say?
I not only did Jim say to no to this, but Jim said no to Done Way Past Funny. He said no to this. So it's okay, fine.
Well, Jim has some news now. Jim has some news, so I would try to ask him.
He had news back then. Back then, he was just opening the club. I mean, well, when I got on this, he was still promoting the club. And I was doing something.
People love me a lot and trust who I think is great. I can't help that.
That's what I said. People just don't like me. Okay, that's okay. I don't mind if people don't like me.
Dee Fenderson, I love you. Or I wouldn't come on the show. So
I'm saying if people don't like me. I'm just saying if people don't like me, when I say, would you like to do my show? Don't just say, oh, I'm busy. Just say, I don't like you. Then I won't ask again.
Yeah, that's clearly the reason why Jim was never on your show. He doesn't like you. That's why he books you at his club. And by the way, I need to know the report. How did Funny Old Farts go? You guys are some of my favorite funny people.
We did well. We're actually going to do another show at another venue. I'm keeping the band together.
Good.
And I'm supposed to be working out the terms.
Good.
I think we're working out the terms today.
Is one of the funniest, hardest working women in comedy. I mean, comics, period. Why gender her? But it's important to point out that there are women in comedy. So, Walter Gottlieb, hilarious man.
Hilarious.
You got some great, funny people standing beside you.
And David Yankley. David Yankley's been around. He's 77. He's the old curmudgeon, and he is an old curmudgeon. Oh my God. He has a bit.
And I came on Way Past Funny, so
yes, you did.
That's right, I did, because I know and like you. you have a lot of Dan Pasternak's cultural preservationist principles in who you are and the way you appreciate art. And I'm a culture vulture. I don't like to hang out with, the disposable crowd. All of
Yeah.
this culture is moving toward disposable, like, oh, there's your 11-second clip. Moving on to the next thing. Moving on. And no, I have an attention span. And I also have the education to know how it's important to track history and to arc the culture and to know what begat what. Even though I didn't have a single character memorized, I only knew the characters by actors discussing Stand By Me. It was an emotional trip for me when I lost the 5 hours staring at my grandparents' apartment where they retired and where I would sneak MTV in, and therefore 40 years later or 30 years later invented the Jackson 5 Commandments. I had to spend my emergency money to get a hotel and stay because I wasn't driving safely after that. But it was so beautiful to explore my roots. I'm really grateful that producer Dustin Sweet and Dan Pasternak's known about this documentary. He's more interested in the documentary than he is about the movie that Dustin and I are prioritizing at the time because of who he is as a historical fan of comedy and people's stories. I call him the soul librarian, but I think the conversation that he weaves with these actors, I got to level him up and call him a soul conductor.
Wow. I'm just looking at Richard Dreyfuss's
Career? Oh my God.
Movie credits. And you know what? He's been in so many movies, holy crap, that I never even heard of. Like, it started in television in 1964. It was also on, I remember him being on Bewitched as like a nephew of Uncle Albert or something. Please don't eat the Bewitched. Please don't eat the daisies. The Big Valley, Occasional Wife, That Girl, Hey Landlord. These are all 1960s sitcoms and stuff. Second, Valley of the Dolls. He's in the movie The Graduate.
Oh,
wow.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he played Mr. Robinson. Don't you? You don't remember anything, man. Man, you.
He was trying to seduce me.
Yeah, he played Mrs. Robinson.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
Actually, he was the stunt Robinson. When you see the close up of the leg,
that was his
leg. The leg right there. That's actually Richard Dreyfuss's leg.
I hear he's got good gams. Again, we go back to men with good gams, and I'm not upset about that at all.
Wow. Oh, how could I forget the one?
Oh my God, the best thing that happened to me in Red Bank, New Jersey, since you're both personal friends, and GD and you stood by me when I lost the use of my legs. I walked 2 days in a row for the first time, 3 miles.
Unaided, no walker, no cane?
No walker, no cane, 3 miles within an hour, 2 days in a row. Best thing ever. Feel great. Feel like I've overcome something. I could only hit nearly 2 miles every time. I was like, I'm gonna go out and walk 3 miles. And after doing a lot of physical therapy regarding anterior pelvic tilt, thanks to my dojo, the Shobukan dojo, I walked 3 miles.
I could see Stephen Ortiz turning green with envy at the moment.
I'm familiar with the anterior pelvic tilt when it comes to a sexual position. I'm not sure how it works in therapy.
Yeah, that's how well, in therapy you're usually correcting it. In sex you're usually giving an anterior pelvic tilt. That's why that's why you see all these old ladies running around with their old men on their arms using a cane. Probably a fucking accident.
A fucking accident. Not just a fucking accident.
Right. Like when I was in the hospital with the injury, I was working really delicately not to tell the nurses that my boyfriend had bent me over a bed and fucked the shit out of me. And but so I'm trying to delicately say, well, I was climbing up on my bed and oh, I slipped and smashed, and they're looking at me like, he's fucking. That's he's fucking. It's a fucking accident. You know,
Wow.
it's just great because when I was a kid, you know, I'd be like, I'm sorry, it was a fucking accident. So fucking accidents are real. They happen.
Wow.
I know my sister-in-law is a nurse, or was a head nurse, and I was talking about fractured penises.
Oh no.
Because
Okay, I gotta go. Are we wrapping this up? I hope we're wrapping the fractured penis
Yeah,
up.
this is the end of it. This is the end
actually
of his
it's
penis.
just the tip.
Hey, oh, hey, I'm in and I'm out and I'm gone.
All right. Well, have a great day then. We're gonna be
I
out
love you
too.
guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
love you too. Thank you so much for making this happen.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, bye for now.
Yes, I have to thank Liz. I have to thank Liz. Queen
I don't want
Elizabeth
to. We don't have. Can we bypass the your dick story that you were about to tell?
Oh, sure. It wasn't my dick story. I didn't fracture the penis. I was just going to tell this. Never mind. It's a real thing. It can happen.
Yeah,
that's all.
Peninsula Boulevard. Anyway, so yeah, let's wrap this up because why not, right? It's just Elizabeth's little self-love talk was more effective, I think, than all those self-love experts I've had on the evening show with the.
And it's going to last for 10 minutes. You'll forget it after you. As soon as you'll
that's 10 minutes longer than the other ones last. It was this.
Well, one of them I think lasted for 8.5 minutes. I do think one of them lasted for 8.5 minutes. I'm trying to remember which lady it was. I think if a woman says it to you, it lasts a little bit longer. If a man says it to you, it lasts like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50. And as soon as he's gone, it's like, yeah, but with the lady, a woman says it to you, it lasts a little bit longer. That's just my opinion. I think I'm right.
No, I think you're onto something there, and I hope you get off it soon. But no, I think there's truth in it. There's truth in the black man's words. Look at me. That was my poos.
I am the Bagger Vance of the show. I am the Bagger Vance. He was the black guy, right? Bagger Vance was the black guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the movie. I was
my inner poospatuk was becoming my outer poospatuk, and then I got to tuck my poos back in. So, you know what?
It's cold out. It's cold out. You don't want that out there.
My wife took my car and she left me her car, and she knows I won't drive her car, so I can't go to Poospatuk. I think this was what she did to me because I was planning on going. I was planning on this. This was my plan, and I think she knew it. I was going to take this check that I have, and I was going to go to a check cashing place to see if I could get money out of it, and then run to Poospatuk and say, "We're rolling kind of big today. Give me the top shelf, give me the bottom shelf, give me the middle shelf." And give me all the edibles.
I want to be a partner in the store.
Yes.
And I want to test everything you sell before you sell it.
They haven't reached back to me today to say, "Oh, have you cashed your check yet?" Because they did yesterday.
I thought you said they haven't gotten back to you about doing shows up there, doing comedy in the reefer room.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Poospatuk. I'm talking about the people who sent me the check. They haven't, because yesterday after telling me, "Oh, we're going to cancel the check." Then yesterday morning, first thing in the morning, "Did you cash your check?" I was like, "You told me you were canceling it. I didn't know if you didn't cancel it. I'll go cash it." But I didn't yesterday because the wife had the car then too. I don't drive her car; it's too small for me. I can't get in it. I can't, and you got to get into it before you get out of it.
You just reminded me of something. There was the tallest guy in the world at one point was like 8 foot something. Guinness Book of World Records. It was the tallest guy in the world, and he owned a Volkswagen Beetle. And he drove from the back seat. He had the driver's seat taken out, and he drove from the back seat because he's the tallest man in the world, so 8 foot something. And so he said his favorite joke was when he went to make a left turn, he would roll down the window and he would stick his arm out like he's going to make a left turn. And the arm, because he's 8 foot, the arm would just keep going and going and going. That was his favorite joke.
Yeah, I used to drive a lot of little cars, 2-seaters, MG midgets and things like that. And people were surprised to see me getting out of that car. And I'm only 6 foot, but it just looked like, wow, how did you get in that car? I can imagine a guy he was like 8'9" or something. That guy
was the tallest man. I can't remember his actual height now. I know it was over 8 foot. Now I had a friend of mine. His nickname was 5 by 5. I think is what we called him. 4 by 4.
Why he's 5 foot wide?
6 by 6. I'm trying to remember his nickname now, but it was like 4 by 4 or 6 by. I think it may have been 6 by 6 because he was 6 foot tall, but he was very, very, very heavy, like well over 400 pounds, and he drove a Corvair. And he used to joke that he couldn't go uphill and have the air conditioning on at the same time because the Corvair didn't have the power to lift his ass and run the air conditioner.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm going to be like back in, because I have this resentment. When my brother turned 16, my father brought him 2 Corvairs. One was a convertible, one had a hardtop. When I turned 16, my father didn't even acknowledge it, didn't even give me a happy birthday. I wasn't living at home at the time. That might have something to do with it. But yeah, 2 Corvairs, and one of them was hot. It was a little convertible. Now, that was right about the time that Ralph Nader was having them like recalled or something because he
wanted seatbelts in cars, right?
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show.
Shame on him for wanting seatbelts in cars and trying to save
So
lives.
if you're keeping track, we didn't get any of the Dan Pasternak didn't come back. I wanted to see because I was hoping Dan Pasternak would come by with some other people, maybe to promote the thing. And I would ask, because we spent so much time talking about Dan seeing Milton Berle's cock. I want to know, has anybody ever seen Dan Pasternak's cock? That would make an interesting You've seen it?
Oh yeah. After the show.
All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
It's beautiful.
Robert Gaines, who was supposed to be here tomorrow.
He's Jewish, you know.
No, he was supposed to be here tomorrow. He sent me a message. I'm in the room. This is like he sent it at 9:15 this morning. It's been 15 minutes. You're not here. I guess I'll bail. Like, you get the wrong day. You get the wrong. I'm not 15 minutes late. You're 23 hours and 45 minutes early. So I don't think he'll be here tomorrow. So it's going to do, unless Ron Kane pops in, it's going to be me and you calling each other assholes. You asshole. No, you asshole. Fuck you, you asshole. No, you asshole. That's what it'll be. All right. So that's the show. Have a great day and enjoy calling me an asshole. How about that?
Wouldn't do it.
You didn't do it? All
Check out What Makes Us Laugh and turn on your radio.
Yeah.
me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.